I am the Merlin, the sorcerer of the ages, the guardian of ancient secrets, and the voice of the old ways.
Do you think that the stones of Rome, with all their grandeur and might, could blind my sight? Do you believe that because I stand beneath foreign skies, far from the mist-covered hills of our sacred isle, that I am not attuned to the whispers of the wind, the songs of the earth, and the cries of the spirits?
Foolish! My eyes see beyond the limits of mortal men, beyond the walls of Rome, beyond the seas that separate us. Time and distance are mere trifles to me.
Let me show you just how far I can see, and you will understand the true extent of my power. Look around you and see the world as it truly is. But before we can talk of what is, we must first talk about what was. All things that are to occur have origins that birth them. Britain's fate has turned sharply over the past century. Constantine brought peace and knighthood to the land, but he was slain by the treachery of Vortigern. This led to Vortigern's rise and the Saxon threat, as the Saxons saw an opportunity to invade and conquer the land. Vortigern's tyranny sparked a rebellion, and Aurelius Ambrosius restored order, introducing feudalism and knightly warfare. Uther's lust for all that was not his fractured the realm, leaving Britain in chaos and vulnerable to Saxon conquest. The Saxons have seen an opportunity to invade and conquer the land, and they have taken advantage of the situation. It is not just the Saxons who have their eyes on the fractured kingdom of Logres. There are many great warlords who would take advantage of this time of anarchy. Cerdic, the last living son of Vortigern Tyrannus, not of his first wife, but the Saxon Rowena. He is more Saxon invader than person of Britain, and for that the people of this land will reject him. He poses a great threat for Britain, should the Saxon warlords unite behind him. King Idris is as much an invader of Britain as the Saxons. He represents the worst in men, an opportunist who will claim at any cost. He is amongst those who would profess that might is right, and for that I would wish him a swift end, but for the growing concern that his son Prince Mark would be far worse. Nanteleod, the descendant of Vortigern the tyrant, and Vortimer the people's king? Of all the invaders of Logres, he is the most worthy. But most is not to say that he is right as a high king. The land will decide. It always does, for the land and the king are one. None should forget of Lot, a great North king from a line of great North kings. He is without fear, but for that of his deceitful wife Margals. With enough time, he will unite the North against Logres and settle a score that his people have been waiting generations to settle. But are those that still stand in place of a Logres king enough to hold the invaders at bay? It is uncertain. The Saxon invaders are powerful and numerous, and the Angles are also a threat. The land is vulnerable, and it needs a strong leader to defend it. If the land falls, the invaders will not stop until they have conquered all of Britain. Ulfius, the perfect duke, a dear friend to Uther. Despite his disdain for my presence, I can say that it was no fault of Ulfius's counsel that Uther let his nature consume him. I suspect he would run me through if he had the chance. Even so, he remains the barrier that Logres needs from the Saxons and Angles, who press their advance further west. Duke Corneas is one of the rudest and most stubborn of men I have ever met, and it is in these qualities that he defends Logres from the north so successfully. It was a blessing that he did not meet his end when Octa and Eosa sacked Lindsay. I will share a secret with you now. It is what I have seen. It is not in these warlords that the fate of Britain will be decided, but in the caliber of the next High King and the qualities of the knights who stand beside him. The knights of Britain must be strong and loyal, and the High King must be wise and just. If they should falter, so too will the land.
And we are live. Welcome to, once again, year 502, Pendragon, Salisbury. Much like our steaks, I had a steak. It was not a Salisbury one, but it was a steak tonight. So, in honor of this game, no, I just really wanted steak, actually. Let's go ahead and do some introductions. We'll start with you, Thomas.
The stakes have never been higher. But yes, my name is Thomas, and I'll be playing Sir Edrich of House Winterbourne Stoke, Marshal of Salisbury, and Javelin Magnet.
That's fair. Yeah, you've had bad luck with that the last couple episodes. Getting crits specifically, it's not fun. And really high damage rolls. Mark.
Hello, I am Mark, aka the Cat's Meow, and today I'll be playing Sir Florence of Idmiston and the Baron of Axe. And I recently ate what I think is the most British thing I could have had, curry. And, I hope you all have fun tonight. And mash.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Liam.
Hi everybody, I'm Liam. I am playing Sir Virgil of Durnford, Lord of Fangs, Master of Hounds, and the one who will have a good time today. I feel like he's resolved a lot of outstanding debts and he's feeling good. So hopefully we'll be going to war again soon. Ooh, wouldn't that be nice?
Never. There's no war. Haven't you seen? There's barely any conflict happening on this island. I mean, it's bound to turn into peace real quick, I think. Just like one small talk away.
If I have my way, we will be going to war next year with everybody.
Well, let's slow down a little bit. Virgil's excited. He ain't that excited. You know what I'm saying?
War unceasing.
It's like, man, that really backfired for some reason. Okay, let's pick up with the duo where we left off with them. Edrich and Florence. You have made it to the county of Radican, or Ridichin, to the land of Oxford, or Oxenford, as it's currently called. You are under the escort of one of the noble house of the land right now. What do you remember about that? Maybe do a quick recap of the two of you.
I believe, yes, Bellius, the second son of the Baron of Oxford.
And I remember that he mentioned that Ridicon was quite dangerous to travel through, and that for a while bandits had been a problem, and that it was always thus.
Never.
We sure did have first-hand experience of that.
He was probably lying. I mean, honestly, let's be honest.
And Florence lost one of his horses.
Yes, that's right. The Rouncy that the scholar Pertoines was riding on, and riding on badly.
Yeah.
You and the Rouncy you rode it on.
I mean, what's Florence gonna do? Drown his tears with all the money and other horses he has?
Right? All right, let us pick up there then. That's interesting though. Now your horse didn't die, right? You just literally lost it. Is that correct?
I literally lost it. It was left behind, so I imagine the bandits stole it.
Yeah. Just want to make a note of that. A little different than like, just losing the horse. Like, okay.
I might get it back, but probably not likely.
We will get it back. There were like 30 of them. I reckon if we take them piecemeal.
We had another person. It's just 10 people each. We can do that.
I like it.
No, we're not the favored sons. That kind of suicidal overconfidence doesn't work for us anymore.
Okay, let me grab one more thing here, guys. I'm sorry. Let's pull up one document I forgot to pull up. That didn't work. Let's do it this way. Let's go ahead and do it this way. Okay. So with you guys, as you're making your way in, the scene will kind of pick up with the two of you, your charge, the young Praetorians, and Belius. And as you ride into Oxenford, you see another noble. He seems to be standing there, like as if to greet you as the doors are opening. He too has the same coat of arms as Belius. No change in marker, which would suggest same family line.
Is he older? Does this look the part of the father of Sir Belius?
Or the older brother.
Why don't you guys do like a recognize test? Maybe.
If it's the father, I've seen him before. Where's Rick?
Success.
No.
Yeah, so I think for the case of Edrich, you actually know who this is by a little bit of reputation. Sir Basil. So Sir, is it? I'm gonna go with Basil. Does that work?
Long-time ally of Sir Time and Sir Coriander.
Yeah. So Sir Basil is the eldest of Sir Arwell. I think Florence, you just are able to distinguish it's not Arwell. He stands there with kind of a serious look on his face, and he kind of eyes Belius and the entourage as you enter.
Edrich, despite his wounds, his bearing is still noble and serious himself. He's not cringing or being in excessive amounts of visible pain.
Florence is also riding with his barony banner. Proudly displayed to kind of show who he is. And he greets Sir Basil with a nod.
Sir Florence of the Axe.
Aye, that is me. A pleasure to meet you, Sir
Basil. I'm the Baron, or the heir of the Baron of Oxenford, and the Castellan of Radican.
'Tis a pleasure to meet you.
Is that Sir Edrich from Salisbury, Marshal?
Your eyes do not deceive you, Sir Basil. I am glad to greet a friendly face, though your countenance is quite serious.
Yes. Pressing family business.
I understand that family business is something that may be kept private when the need arises, but as your brother has aided us, should the need for help arise, know that I will help in my way.
'Tis a knight's duty to aid other knights. Should so we be asked. Until then, Sir Basil Lee. Oh, yes?
I'm afraid what can be done is done. Father rests in infirm now, brother.
My condolences to you both.
And my sympathies.
Belius, would you please send a runner for Beeg? He should come with us. Be here with Father in this time. Belius nods and says, Well, Sir Knights, I hope you find refuge here, should you need it, before returning home. Brother, before I go, this here is a scholar, is it? He looks to Edrich as if to clarify.
That is the case.
He wishes to reside here in Oxenford. Should you permit it, of course. Basil will say, that is still father's choice, of course. But I see no reason to turn away a scholar. Curious, did you ride directly from Salisbury? I heard news of Gentian, is it true?
If he's asking Edrich, Edrich will nod.
He looks to
and
both of
say,
you. Yeah.
Got you.
Florence nods, but lets Edrich speak.
Those rumors are true. A conflict was fought, a way to redress previous ills done, but now peace once again reigns. Ideally, it will be the last time that Britons shed British blood for a while.
And was it through Gentian roads that you came this way?
We came through Silchester, up through Rhodri.
Intrigue test both of you.
Success.
You both look to see Basil and Bellius exchange a glance. A suspicious glance, or a glance of suspicion, more so, at the mention of riding through Silchester.
Is all well, Sir Knights?
Of course. With that, Bellius says, kind of matter-of-factly, he says, I should embark, brother. I'll leave them to you. And with that, he kind of gives you a salute. It's kind of not really a change in character. His brother did just ask him to go send a notice to something about his father being an infirm. It doesn't seem like super shady in the way he returns it. He seems quite a hard on the sleeve type of guy, the Bellius character.
Indeed.
But Basil says, if the two of you wish, I will show you to the stables. Perhaps I can explain along the way.
Very
that
well.
would be good.
We've had some word recently of a pretender wishes to claim the county of Rhodri as theirs. We fear indeed. We fear that she claims so on her father's behest, or her late father, as it were. You see, it is well-known news that my father is ill, and has been for the last year. Such a time for the barony to pass to me would be an opportunity for those who wish to press a claim.
You speak of her being a pretender, but is her claim true? Who is her father, and what is her lineage?
Only a king could make such decisions for lands. It is complicated, but in truth, the last action was to assign the barony to my late uncle, and that passed to my father.
In that case, is she your cousin?
She is kin. She is also kin of Ulfius, his niece.
I see. You suspect the influence of Ulfius, a foreign backer who could assist her, that she might seek his sympathy.
I had opportunity to meet Ulfius before Albans, when he was still healthy and a strong knight. But what many don't know about Ulfius is where Uther lacked in the court, Ulfius mastered. He knew what he was doing. He was no stranger to intrigue.
I would suppose so, but Ulfius is not a dishonorable man.
No.
I do not see why he'd do such back dealings. If he truly wanted land, I would imagine he'd probably march here himself, if he were in better health.
You see, resolving this in war would mean turning his back to the Saxons. And though it would not be his lands directly, he would have great influence over Rhodri. Perhaps enough to bring it within the Duchy of the March. Much as I presume Salisbury intends to do with Gentian.
We shall see what the future holds. My question is thus. Your father, as it stands, currently controls the barony of Oxford and Rhodri, yes?
He holds the barony of Oxenford. We fulfill the roles of the castellans of empty castles.
So Rhodri currently remains within your stewardship, but unofficially so?
Indeed. After the late Lord passed, you see, it wasn't him who was Count, but it was to be a future claim of an heir that might hold a position of Countess.
Has that heir who might hold a position of Countess not... I'm sorry, forgive me. Did you not say that the pretender wishes to stake her claim, but now you say that that claim is in fact legal and rightful? Perhaps I missed a step.
It's only legal and rightful with a king of Logres, and there is no king of Logres. My father and my uncle were put into the role of barony in the absence of the previous baron, or the death, we should say.
The realization that Edrich has been building up to happened like 5 minutes ago. Like, oh, it's an obvious power grab. We get it. So in his mind, he's filing away Countess Rhodri, possible thing to sort out. But based on his understanding, and just to run it by you, Bob, Sir Basil said that his father holds the barony of Oxenford, but they steward Rhodri because it is unoccupied. But they didn't have the official name of the barony. Or the county.
Do you want to run that by me one more time? I'll make sure I'm not leading you astray. Yep.
So Basil said that his father held the barony of Oxenford, but they occupied and castellaned the unoccupied castles of Rhodri, but
Correct.
Didn't have official claim. Is that understanding correct, or?
Correct. Yeah.
Got you. In
And
that case,
the
yeah.
cousin has a claim to a county that doesn't exist.
A county that hasn't really been formalized ever. So
Okay.
it sounds like the promise was done maybe even before Uther, or done really early on Uther. And then Uther named a separate baron, probably in the absence or the death of the Ulfius's brother, it sounds like.
Right.
I was the sheriff of Uther for only a short time before his demise. It does seem like the legal matters are complex, as you've stated it.
Indeed, they are.
Oh, I don't think it's as complex in my opinion. Not see how you can be counters to a county that does not exist. As far as I know, these... Yes, nor the orders of a dead king. As far as I'm aware, these lands are baronies only, and have not been rectified, neither during the king's reign nor before it.
That said, a centralized governance over it would result in fewer bandits, shall we say. Your brother intimated that they were a serious problem.
Indeed. It seems that ever since the Angles have come into Huntland and Heartland, it's pushed all the woodland dwellers our way.
Have you spoken to this cousin of yours, this kin?
No, I don't suspect that would go well.
I think you'd be surprised.
Indeed. I will say, why not? Even if words of hostility were to be bandied about, it seems like a number of your problems are because your men and patrolling knights are spread quite thin. Centralizing matters could be a boon. But, of course, this is just discussion.
There's also an art to diplomacy, one I know very well. Should you require the assistance, I am willing to aid in what I can. But to be truthful, this might be a matter you may need to bring up with Ulfius himself. If Ulfius is truly behind this, if you can convince him that you are more likely to stabilize this land than some supposed future countess of a land that may or may not exist, perhaps he may not be so willing to back someone who is more of a possibility than a sure thing. It's also possible you could bring up the old laws.
Of course. All things to keep in mind. All things to consider.
In Edric's head, he's like, I'm not sure exactly why those orders weren't carried out to begin with. It seems like the countess should have the county. But of course, he doesn't say that to the people holding the land.
Make an intrigue roll.
Yeah. Literally, Florence's point is like, well, I guess you have a case, legally.
Success.
You're welcome to Florence as well if you want to understand this better.
Sure.
If
I'll give it a go.
He's got this. He's got this, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, at some point, presumably a fairly long time ago, Ulfius had a brother. That was not news to you. So probably before you were knighted, or just around. It sounds like he died, and there was promise that brother's heir would sort of combine the counties through marriage. It would combine the land to a county, to a countess, as it were. But then that guy died, and there was a child. So think about your own situation in Salisbury and the situation with Robert.
Indeed.
What is best? Uther, thereafter named a baron of Oxenford, and there was his brother, who is the current baron of Oxenford. So the first Baron died, presumably, and Arwell, who is now dying, is now Baron.
The house of Sir Basil, and possibly his brother, if he gets the other barony, stands to gain a great deal if they hold on to the lands that they currently have. A barony is a lot, and 2 baronies is more.
Indeed. But there aren't
Now-
a division of baronies amongst Radican. There are simply castles, and there was a former baron. And now there's a current baron of Oxenford. So
Yeah, and they can't actually make a new barony officially without a king.
you can do it
I'm
about
gonna
as
say
well as
this.
you guys have been with your decisions and such, some of which you've made
Yeah.
above requiring royal standing and not having it. So, yeah.
Yes. Edric's got an energetic of 19, and he's a perennial workaholic. I think inside his head, he's like, once I deliver this scholar to where he needs to go, I've got to sort this out. This seems like a mess, and I seem like the person to sort it out.
You can meddle. It would certainly be meddling with it being outside of your county. But you can
yeah,
meddle.
it's sort of my direct purview.
Yeah.
There's no consequences then.
Exactly. What are they gonna do? Go to war in anarchy?
Sure, how confident I feel in this plan.
Yeah. But outwardly, Edric will say, it does seem like the stakes are high indeed. But the land of Ridicon, as we have experienced, he looks down to the wound bleeding arterial red, could stand with some additional security in any case. That said,
In the end,
I appreciate it is complex.
there's not too much you can do. The barony is yours by right, the heir of your father, and there is no king to declare a count or a countess. So I say she's out of luck.
Indeed. All right. With
Unless,
that, go ahead.
I think he just pauses and goes, unless Orpheus were to make himself a king, then I'd be very careful.
The thought has crossed my mind. In fact, I understand that there was a push to make him High King, and he refused it.
If I might provide a small suggestion, advice you can follow or ignore as you would like, I suggest you make friends with Silchester very fast. If Orpheus is good at playing the game, you need to be better.
Wise decisions indeed. I'll think on it. For
And
now,
again, should you need advice or assistance, me and Edrich are always available.
Indeed.
You know, when we're not home. In either case, you were saying.
I'll say, well, you're welcome here. Overnight, should you need it. And of course, this, and he looks to Bertone and says, the scholar is welcome to stay here as long as he wishes. I should see to my father, make sure that he is comfortable.
Of course.
Good
I
luck.
wish you good fortune.
Indeed. Safe travels back to Salisbury or Cornwall or Gentian or wherever you might be traveling to. Whoever's home for now. With that, he'll nod and he will head off, leaving the two of you in Pertoins.
I believe your stated goal, Pertoins, to build a house of learning. It will be good for Logres, I think, and it will be good here. Education is important, even if I've not found a personal use for the art of reading. I acknowledge that it's very handy.
You know, I recently purchased myself one of those, what do you call them? Writers. Very interesting folk, very strange. No offense, of course.
Yes, none taken, Sir Knight, Sir Baron, Baron Knight, Sir Florence.
Technically, it's Lord Baron, but
Lord,
we're not
Lord
going to worry
Baron.
about that for now.
Bertoins, you, though a young man, have read much in the way of the scholarly works. How are you as a doctor of sorts? I ask not for myself, though I will need to patch myself up at some point. I am growing paler still with the loss of blood. But I do ask now for the current Baron of Oxenford. If you wish for the patronage of the Baron, now would be the time to aid.
Well, I have knowledge on the subject. I am not well practiced in the art. Even so, perhaps you're right. I'll think about anywhere I might be able to provide some additional advice.
Of course,
Quite
then.
so.
In that case, all else I will ask of you is that you write about my mighty legend. Sir Florence, Baron of the Axe, the the golden-tongued. I really want to try and get that going, so if you could spread the word, that would be appreciated.
I am a scholar more than a bard, but I will ensure that it is chronicled, Sir Florence. The journey here.
Fantastic.
Very good. I wish you luck in your endeavor.
Indeed.
As do I. Though sometimes it is strange thoughts or visions that lead us on our journeys. No matter what, 'tis always an interesting discovery. Good luck to you.
Give me an intrigue roll, both of you, again.
Oh, fumble for me.
Ooh, success for me.
I think Edrich, being the busybody he is, probably goes to find someone or a place to mend himself. Getting a little dark around the outside of your perception here, buddy.
Rian, I feel I am actively dying. Let us mend my wounds.
Oh, that's a lot of blood.
But
Just kind of leaving red droplets in a trail as he was riding his horse.
Florence, as Edrich rides away, Bertoins kind of has this look of almost like he wants to say something to you, and it's like curious, but he's not sure he should, and he doesn't.
I think with that, Florence goes, "You know, this may be the last time we talk. If you wish to speak your mind, there is no better time than when one says goodbye."
Of course. Lord Baron Basil, he didn't mention the name of this pretender, did he?
He did not.
Oh. Oh, good. Yes. He sounds like he's kind of full of shit, like when he's saying, oh, good.
May I assume you know of which he may speak of?
Do you remember when I was having drinks in Silchester with Sir Salados and the lady that accompanied him?
I do. Can I assume that she is...
She asked that I would write about my observations here. I didn't know that things were this complex when I agreed. I thought she was simply curious.
I suggest you be careful, my dear scholar. And don't find yourself wrapped up in the politics of nobles. 'Tis a dirty game, I can tell you that for sure.
Would you recommend that I abandoned my promise then?
Oh no. Write what you can, but be careful it's not something that'll get you in trouble. Write about the trees. There are such lovely trees in this place.
He nods slowly.
Use that scholarly power of yours. Knowing what's interesting, and keeping the bit that's a little monotonous.
All right. And with that, just want to do a quick aside to Edrich, who is wounded. Did you have check surgery?
No, I didn't. It
Okay.
wasn't a major wound.
Okay, so you can heal up a bit then. You can get first aid and take 1 rank of healing.
I am back to not quite healthy, but not
quite
right
dying.
on the brink.
Better
The
than
pale
dying.
spectre of death will not find me today, Rian. It is to always keep moving. That is the answer.
Awesome. Okay, we are gonna go back to Salisbury in the perspective of Sir Virgil. Virgil,
I'm Virgil, yes.
do you have something in mind for Virgil, Liam?
I think Virgil has handled all of his pressing business. However, yeah, I think he's pretty wrapped up on all of his stuff. Do you have something that you would like to throw at him?
Roll 2d100. Let's see
Alright.
what comes your way.
I love 2d100s, my favorite dice. 32 and
32,
a 100.
Betrayal and shit self instantly.
Weird how
Both
that
of
always
those two
works.
things. Yeah. One comes before the other, of course.
Okay.
Iago, how could you have done this?
How could someone named Iago betray me?
It's you, my brother, Arthur Traitorio Tristus.
Traitorio. Virgil, give me an awareness test.
Oh no, my boy's blind as a bat. Let's see what we got here.
Okay.
Hey!
You rest peacefully. A nice, quiet, restful night. And then, just as you're about to doze off, you hear the sounds of screaming from outside.
Always
You
something.
realize quickly, looking out the window, you see that your stable is on fire.
No, I need those.
You are being raided, good sir. I need you to do the following for me. We're going to high level this so we don't go into a crazy amount of effort.
Yes.
First off, you can choose to impassion in this one, since it's kind of more of a scene. You're welcome
Yeah.
to impassion.
Let's do. I don't know if any of my passions apply. Love family could work. Honor could maybe work. Loyalty lord could maybe work. Let's do love family. It's not my best odds, but
All three.
okay.
of them.
Well,
Better than a failure on a 16, right?
yeah, better than a fumble.
All right. So no passion, but you. I need a siege test, and do you have fortification on Durnford?
I do. I have a shit ton. Fortifications are equipment, holding. Sorry, I got a list here. I gotta look through it. Come on. Okay. Defenses. I have wall moat and rampart, which gives me a defense rating of +6 or just
+6. Okay. In that case, you make a siege roll +11, a battle roll flat, and a weapon roll of your choice flat. And if you're going on horse, a horsemanship test, if not a dex test.
Okay. Horsemanship's way better than dex, so I will be doing that. All right, siege +11. Success.
Good.
That's on a 0. I made that one.
So definitely ticket.
Yeah, and then
that's why
battle
fortifications
flat,
are useful. Yeah.
Critical battle.
Nice.
Okay.
And then horsemanship and sword. Success on horsemanship, and sword's guaranteed.
Awesome. You're going to fend off the bandits quite easily, actually, in this case.
Virgil would like to personally kill as many of them as he can.
Yeah, understood.
I think also he would like to take one alive if he can to find out if this was a plot or if this is just more bandits.
This was not bandits. This was definitely a raid of something more formal. Now we're going to go ahead and determine kind of who that is through one of the dice thingies. So don't ignore this, the same regions. So we're going to go to the South Counties. Let me see, starting homeland of Chichester. I don't remember where the frick that is. I think it's south of you in Dorset. Let's find out.
Google says West Sussex.
Yeah. One sec. What did I say? Chichester? Chichester?
Yep.
Usually it doesn't get that specific, which tells me that it's in the Book of Sires. So give me a sec. Rignisi, City of Chichester, South Counties. Dang it.
It's to the southeast.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is. All right, so it's South CX.
All right.
If I recall, this is that city that got like sacrificed. If I recall, I'm pretty sure. So these are probably Saxons then.
Which region is that?
Do you
Sussex.
Yeah, Sussex.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I think Grim was involved in the sacrificing of that place.
No, you guys were in Wessex. This was the first one when you guys are still newbies a bit more. But
That's
yeah.
right. I do remember that. For some reason I thought that was on the Saxon shore. I guess this is.
Yeah, it's probably not the same place. In fact, you know what? Looking on the map, according to the map, that it's actually in port now. So this is. Do you remember Wessex in port? This would be. Port.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right. Well, they're not under the control of the guy that I've got a relationship with, right? The
Wessex
Cerdic, I think.
Oh,
Cerdic, yeah.
Yeah, kind of. But they are a little autonomous. It'd be like a sublord doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Great news, Thomas. You've got you've got a supporter in Virgil now. That was all it took was one straw, and now it's war's justified against these guys in Virgil's mind. So
I only need one more thing to complete my campaign against Wessex, and that's someone much stronger helping me.
Indeed. Okay. So Virgil, you're gonna come out of that with 100 glory overall.
Very nice.
Right.
And he's covered in blood, which makes him feel better.
Yeah. Covered in blood,
You got that,
and
Mark?
you kind of ran that down flawlessly too, if you think about it. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, you lost
This
very
is why
little.
This is why he is the Master of Hounds, Lord of the Fang. That's, also like Florence. Spread that around. Tell as many people as you can. Like, I want to start calling me that.
Just a brief question for you, Liam. Do you
Yes.
have a siege skill of 0 or a siege skill
I
of
do.
1?
I have a
In that
siege skill
case, that siege score would have been a critical, because it needed to be 1 on a 0 for it to be successful. But it would have been 10 rather than 11.
Okay.
So, Bob, do you want me to add that to his glory total?
Yeah, go for it.
Hell yeah.
Wait, would he be adding the 10 or adding the 0?
He will... Oh, that's a good point. Yes, he
Yeah,
will
actually,
be adding
never
the
mind.
0.
Never mind.
He will be adding the
actually, he
0.
will.
That's a good point.
He will.
Zero
It's a
to
base
it.
of base of 5 because the standard defense, or wait, base of 6 from the
Base of 6, there we go.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, every little bit counts, but then I was like, oh, no, wait, by the logic that I was using.
Because that's not a passion bonus. That came from the actual fortifications. So
Yeah.
So it's more like Durnford gets the glory for him. The well-guarded, fortified Durnford.
Indeed.
Okay. All right. Well, that was quicker than I thought it might be. So with that, folks, we will assume Edrich and Florence. No, let's not assume. That happened faster than suspected. Let's go ahead and we're gonna do one more random for Florence and Edrich. What way are you riding through?
We probably want to avoid the bandits that we encountered on our way in. Maybe...
You'd ride back through Gentian.
We could ride back through Gentian. It's not like we're actively at war anymore, and we did make peace. I'm down with that if you are, Mark. Heading through
Mark, you're
Wanborough through Gentian.
Yeah, I was just saying through Wanborough, and then we could there's probably some paths that lead us down to Salisbury.
Yeah,
that are
yeah,
just
they're
smaller roads.
paths. Yeah, they're just not as big of roads.
Yeah.
Not every map lines up perfectly in this game, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We will we'll get Florence. You're gonna roll the first D10.
All right.
Chaos factor 6.
All right. So add 6 or
Nope, just roll a D10. If it's under
That's a
6,
10.
something happened, which it did not. So you guys make your way into Salisbury. Now, Thomas, you're going to do the same. D10, good sir. Chaos factor is now dropped to 5 because things are stabilizing a little bit.
Watch me roll below that.
Okay.
9!
You guys are going to make it all the way back into Salisbury. So we can actually advance forward now, guys.
No.
wow.
Edrich. Some things happened while you were away. We do not need to have that scene, but
You can have the scene. I mean, it's
I think it's okay.
okay.
I think Virgil would explain everything, but I also think that Edrich there'll be other times for us to stew on these things.
Okay.
Oh, believe me, Edrich stews on a lot. He's a talented multitasker.
You folks receive news from the county of Lambor that it's fallen in late summer to Nanteleod.
Oh, up here.
Indeed.
So just to clarify, this year, even though it's not super reflected on the map, through Bending the Knee, Glevum's gone, Lorensis is gone, through Conquering Lambor is gone, and the site has always been Bedegrain. So going into late summer, and you probably won't hear news of the outcome of this till next year. / we're not done with it yet.
Indeed.
Yeah. On into Betagrade.
Wales is getting pretty big.
Yeah. Unless he continues fighting up north, I'll do it in Edrich. Unless he continues fighting up north, or makes an enemy of the ambitious King Lot, I believe after he is finished up north, he will set his sights elsewhere, for good or for ill.
Well, Salisbury might not be that far off, if his ambition decides to reach as far. It might be good to set out diplomatic ties to King Nanteleod. Get a feel for where he's planning to lead things.
He will continue to expand, but it is the nature of the measure of the man which would be good to get a hold of. If he can be convinced, or indeed if it is within his character already, to try and expel the foreign invaders that his ancestors died fighting, then perhaps something can be arranged. But that is a problem for a later date.
He's a faraway king. He won't turn his eyes over here, not till his own borders are secured.
He's not that far away. And his borders only grow.
I think it'll be a long time before we see his attention turn here. I wouldn't. Besides, I don't think we'll catch his interest as an ally or as an enemy.
It is not Salisbury who I wish to catch his eye. It is Wessex. But we shall see what occurs. And what he doesn't mention in front of Florence is also Cornwall. He wants, very much like Godzilla, let them fight.
All right.
The only problem is that Salisbury is looking like it's probably going to be the battleground.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Tree of Liberty must at times be watered with the blood of patriots and of the guys we kill.
If you guys are comfortable, I think we could go to Christmas feast.
Absolutely.
Christmas.
Yeah.
It's
Shall we?
Holly.
It's been a while since
Holly.
we've had a feast this season.
Non-denomination on
So
Molly.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get things. You know what? We're gonna take a quick BRB right now because it's a good time while we're changing scenes, and we'll be back in 1
No,
minute.
I'm good to go. Can't you see my energetic roll?
Right?
I'm ready. found.
Sir, image not found.
My favorite knight.
I need to convert that to when it doesn't find an image to use the Sir not appearing in this film. That would be great.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Okay. So, welcome. We are. Oh, this is not appropriate music. We must always have the feasting music on. 1 sec.
Also, I think you need to move us to the
Yep.
map.
Oh, you guys don't see it. Okay, good to know.
Correct.
Now we see almighty England.
Is that better?
Lady Lilo. Hi, Lady Lilo.
Yes.
Oh no! Wait, the servant girl might be here. Fuck! Get me out of here, Edrich.
Thank you for
Get
reminding me
me out
about
of here.
that. I almost lost track
I
of the beat.
understand well your predicament. However, stand firm. One day you will get kidnapped by the love of your life.
I was imagining Virgil being like, I feel a sudden dread as I'm coming to this party. I wonder why. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit!
It
that's
fits well
why.
with the low awareness.
Oh, she's approaching me.
I can't flirt with you unless I get closer.
Oh, then come. Stay away from me, then.
Stay back! Stay back!
Stay
All right.
back.
I cannot
Care
find
who
the
the
feasting
IRS
music.
sends.
I'm not paying taxes. Gosh, that would be Virgil. Fortunately, no one makes him pay taxes.
Yeah, there's no
Yet.
king.
Yeah.
Don't we still pay tax to our baron?
Probably.
To,
I
our,
mean-
to our earl?
Yeah,
Probably.
but that's from the money we make. We get more
enough.
money because we own shit. We're landowners, Edrich. Landowners.
Landowners!
What a novel concept.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
like actually being the
Found it.
castellan of a proper castle, more than just Winterbourne Stoke Manor, is so good for cash flow. Only thing that would be better is being a baron. Is it good to be the baron?
It's good to be the baron.
We totally forgot to determine the fate of Bar as well. Dang it.
Sir Bar, that's right.
I
Until
think
we
he was
do.
cut right down the middle, and then they had to reattach him, but they got the wrong side. They got the wrong other half. You know.
Right, that
I
makes
think
sense.
someone walked into him.
I want to say that he's alive.
I think he's alive. But
Last
I don't
thing
know
I
for
remember is he got taken hostage by the Saxons, by Wessex. That
Yeah,
was
and then
I
we
think he
then
got
we
put back.
yeah, you
yeah
negotiated him back.
we ransomed him back. Edrich was like, "Here is your money. Now give him to me."
Yeah.
Give
Sabar
him
walked
to
into a horse.
me.
It was him who reported, I think, the destruction of some town.
Oh, there's one
That was the
additional
place they
guest at
No.
Say again.
Oh, it's her.
one additional guest here today. Should actually be up here or so.
Which one's that one?
Person you're in love with.
Damn her! Damn the Lady Alabaster. They kidnapped me once. They tried to kidnap me again. These people work by rule of threes. But that does mean that this time I'm going to win.
That sounds like a gambler logic to me.
I don't
Not
like
gambler,
her
it's narrative
father.
logic. You gotta lose the first fight with the villains so that they can show how strong they are. Then you do a draw to show that you're getting stronger. And then in the third, the hero wins victoriously.
No. Virgil's a Dark Souls player. He's gonna one shot. He's gonna beat that boss on run 1.
Gotcha.
Virgil's doing that no-hit run.
Yeah, Edric's already failed that a long time ago.
All right, gang. Don't forget your jewelry or any other bonuses, and we'll need some appearance rolls from the three of you.
I need to roll for my valet. Yay! I get a bonus to fashion, which I think is a 1? I don't remember what the rules for fashion are.
It's a +1. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
No, don't
I
hold.
have a question for you, Bob, which is, did my debuff of losing the reroll of appearance go away, or is it still there? Either way, I succeed.
What was the debuff for? What are you describing? Remind me.
Oh, you
I
don't
got a
get the
lot.
advantage.
Yeah,
Because
it was because Evil Drick offended the steward in some way.
Oh, Rofus. Let's see if Rofus is still being
Forgiving or vengeful.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's find out. I have his stats now. I went and statted a whole bunch of the NPCs. So one sec. Let's see what his forgiving and vengeful are.
I then have a question afterwards I would like to ask.
I don't have a photo for or image for him yet, but I will by next time, I think. So, because I made some pretty good progress. Let's see. Forgiving. Nope. You 100% are still. You still have your debuff. So.
It's still a success, so I'm happy with
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Also, out of curiosity, I have jewelry valued at 1 Libra. Libram. Can I wear that to get an additional +1 to appearance, or do you have to spend? Okay.
Nope.
In that case, I get a +2.
I accidentally closed Virgil's sheet.
Success.
Okay. We got Florence, Edrich, and oh, buddy.
Oh no!
Have you used your one thing yet?
There's no way I haven't.
We did, however, at the beginning of the stream, the very beginning of the stream, we were given an advantage.
It's true.
That's true, and also I think it is narratively applicable if Virgil is seated lower today. He's made a lot of not friends in Salisbury recently. So I will save that for someone else.
You do have to do it
In that
again,
case-
and should you fail,
in
you're
that
on the
case-
floor.
Yeah, you do need to reroll
No, you
anyway.
still need to roll again.
Okay, you are
Okay, so
below the salt.
You're below the salt.
Yeah, you're good to go. Alrighty. Let me see if there's any additional. Usually, there's something going on here. I think it's the quiet one. Oh, there's talk what to do next. That's the general buzz right now. People are talking about dealing with those strange castles on the western border. People are talking about the raid from port that didn't just hit Durnford. It apparently hit a couple of other locales. And the official word from Wessex is that it was an unsanctioned raid.
That's exactly what we'd do.
Yeah. We know how that goes. And we can smell our own. And then there's talk of course, Ridichin is now kind of picking up. So apparently some of that gossip that you were hearing, Edrich and Florence, while you were there, is starting to leak back this way. Maybe your squires got a little talky.
I understand that you are from the wrong bloodline to focus on politics, but listen close.
And of course, they still talk about where, like, Cornwall's been quiet, so we still talk about that. Finally, it seems that Nanteleod, there's mixed news out of Pendragon as to whether or not he was successful there. There's some news suggesting that Duke Corneus came to the aid of Pendragon and repelled King Nanteleod. There's other news that suggests that King Nanteleod never returned home with his armies, and he's celebrating victory in Pendragon. So,
Well, those are two very different things.
different. Yeah. What you do know about Pendragon is about as far away from civilization as you can be. Actually, you haven't been there. Dallin and folks have been there, but you haven't been there. What I did recently learn is that is like the Sherwood Forest in Nottingham. So
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's the talk right now. Is obviously all those pieces.
Approximately 500 or 600 years. No, sorry. In approximately 800 years, that place is going to be really famous.
There's also one last point. The outcome of the battle with the Saxons was pretty one-sided. The Angles did lose that. It was basically all the Saxons versus the Angles. And so now there's some weird territorial pieces around Huntland and Heartland. It's not a perfect carving. It's more like carved into the baronies and stuff. Neither are good for you guys, but...
Indeed. It might be good for the grim spectre of Jaren, should he live. That chaos would be where Crazy Murder Knight thrives.
Indeed. All right, so with that in mind, we go to Florence first.
All right. Sir Florence is ready to enjoy his night. Let's draw some cards.
You know how this works. It's going to be a host card. That's how it always works when you get famous.
I believe I get 4 because I'm at 9,000.
4 might be correct.
I think that's the case.
Famous Knight. It's quite a bit till I get that next
Famous
rank.
yet 4. Yep.
1, 2.
Remember when you had to take Queasy because it was the only card you pulled?
Those were the days. All right.
Oh, gee,
so
I wonder
got...
which one Florence is going to take.
Yeah, safekeeping, queasy, blah, 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 blah,
Wish.
and popular. Gee, I wonder. You know what? Maybe he's going to be sick for a round. No. Yeah, Florence is uniquely popular tonight. Maybe the legend of the golden tongue is starting to pick up.
Before you do anything, 1 sec.
Who?
There we go.
Hell yes.
Cold meat slices and ginger sauce, stuffed boar, and
This
roast
is
eagle.
a good menu.
Yeah.
Ooh, very nice.
I'd eat this stuff of my own free will instead of out of politeness.
Okay.
No, that's
Popular.
Yeah, Florence is top.
Is that doing? Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
+2 geniality as long as he has the card per round.
Nice. So, and the card's worth 2 geniality, but that +2 doesn't come into effect till next time, so you get 3 for the
Till
round.
next round, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
3 total this round.
Awesome. What's happened recently with Florence? Maybe there's a lot of like, maybe it's like the quest Florence and Edrich went on. You think that's what it is?
I think it's that. It's also Florence was pretty instrumental in the battle against in the north. You know, he was part of the cavalry charge that came in at the end. He was helping to lead them as one of the 3 that were helping to lead.
I think the other thing too is there've been a lot of doubters of Florence loyalty. And like, so him actually doing something, like putting his money where his mouth is in the battle made a difference too. So now a lot of the knights are way less suspicious of you than they were before. And so your famous glory is now leaking out a bit more. So,
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we don't hate you. Hey, Florence. Hey. Yeah. All right, that brings us to Edrich.
Edrich, I think, will start by drawing some cards and enjoying himself. There is a bit of tension because he sees that the Lady Alabaster is here. He hasn't managed to get rid of the amour that he gathered, but God, he hates her family. But that said, he will try and enjoy himself this feast, so he would draw some cards. Bear with me for a brief moment. Da-da-da-da. How's the wine? Hopefully not poisoned. Show of strength? No. Generous night? Oh.
Oh, I'm not following you here. 1 sec. There we go.
And mistaken identity.
No
So
postcards,
mistaken-
surprisingly.
Yeah,
That's strange.
we're getting lucky here.
Yeah.
A knight mistakes you for another. He praises you for deeds you did not perform. I am asked to comment on the wine. Another knight challenges me to a contest of strength. Or a rich and generous knight asks me about my circumstances at home. Now, here's the thing. I think this year was one where I did, in fact, live as a rich knight. It's the first one that I've done so. So that no longer applies. I think of all of these, though courtesy isn't my strongest suit, I'll probably pick How's the Wine. And basically, I am a person of importance within Salisbury. It's probably like a vintner has come in and is listening to it. We'll see how it goes.
All right. So, sorry, what card are you pulling?
How's the wine? I'm going
Yeah, I
to be
thought
rolling
so.
courtesy.
Okay.
I succeed. In this, I think he does drink the wine, as opposed to just saying, I rarely drink at feasts. The possibility of poison is too significant. He does drink both to take the edge off and to calm his nerves. And he says, this is quite well done. It is difficult to find good wines in these times of anarchy, for vineyards are hard to maintain when cash flow is low. But this is glorious. It tastes like victories of past years.
Indeed. Yeah, and
Slight
you're
victory.
near the salt, right? So this would be just some of the sort of I guess the knights that want to be above the salt are here trying to be all sophisticated. You know, oh, what do you think of the wine? Oh, this
Indeed.
vintage. Try this cheese with it. Yeah. Sorry, I just know too many
Cheese
people.
taste of despair.
All right. That is good. 2 geniality. I
that's
got that right. Awesome. That brings us to Virgil.
Yep.
Virgil's time to do Virgil things. Let's draw some cards. So, he's pissed. How many rounds have we got here?
3.
2, 3? 3. Okay. Yeah, first round, let's draw some cards. Excuse me. So I have 6,000 glory. That's 4 cards? 3 cards?
6,003.
Cool. Get this wine out of
4,000 to
here.
8,000 is 3. And then once you hit 8,000, it's 3. 4.
1. Oops. 2. More drink.
The serving
3.
girl.
Malicious
Oh.
slander. I know which one I want.
You don't get a 4th.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't get a 4th. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, good.
Okay. Okay, so oops, a serving girl drops a platter of food all over you.
Let me
Okay.
clean you up.
I wonder
Sir
what serving
Virgil.
girl did that. Yeah.
That's fun. I'm quite compelled by that one. More drink. Cool, but not as interesting. Malicious slander. A knight unfairly criticizes you within earshot, or fairly criticizes me. No, unfairly. It is unfair. Yeah.
I will, and I do hate to do this, but what is your proud currently?
Famous, pretty sure.
Yeah.
No, not famous. 14.
Oh, in that case, we're rolling.
It's
What
not
do you think?
automatic.
What
Oh,
should I let the chat
It'll
pick
say.
between malicious slander and oops, because I think either one could be fun grounds here.
Yeah, I think so.
We got 15 people in the chat. Let's see if they're willing to participate in
is it-
crimes against Virgil now.
Are you,
Let's
are
see,
you
how
asking
many of
me-
them are...
Are you asking me to make a formal poll? Do you want me to make a poll? Or-
Yeah, that probably, if that's not too hard for you, I think that would be the easiest way to get people to engage.
Other than the fact I haven't done a poll in a really long time, it should be easy.
think
I'm
I'm a
sorry.
moderator. I might be able to do it. Oh,
I am not a moderator.
Nor am I.
I'm also not sure how to do this.
We're learning how to do things for professional stream here. No, I had it down, Pat. I have erased that from my memory, apparently. Let's see. Maybe it's actually in my
Mod
Twitch.
actions. Cleansing rain? No. Mod actions? No.
On like tears in rain.
I have 2 people for oops so far.
I will say I am also for oops, depending on what your dex is, because I don't want you to lose.
That's 3 oops. No, I can get splattered with shit.
I can't.
Okay.
I'll start a. No, you know what? This is. I think we'll go with oops. We'll give people see if we counter with the other one.
It does.
We'll give another 10 seconds.
It does seem like so far everybody who has said anything is in favor of oops. So
I bet we have
Alrighty.
a lot of clumsy people in the chat.
we got a lot of clumsy people. We got a lot of people who are really into anime tropes. Romantic comedy tropes. We're ready for it. Everybody here wants to see
Romantic
Virgil
anime
be
tropes.
unfaithful to his wife, I guess, but that's all right.
Yeah!
If you do it, then I won't be. This is good for my marriage.
That's not how this
Adultery.
works. That's not how that works. All right, here we go. Rolling dex. It's a flat 10, so either I dodge it and I'm safe, or I lose it. I lose geniality, and also she has a good excuse to usher me from the room. Here we go. That is a failure.
Okay.
You do still have that reroll from the beginning of the stream.
I do have advantage, but
Do you want to use it is the question.
I feel like that would be depriving the audience of what they clearly wanted to see.
Okay.
The audience doesn't know what they want to see.
All right.
There you go. We're the content creators.
What would this have been? This has probably been the ginger sauce she spills on you. Oh
Oh.
no! Oh my! I'm terribly sorry.
It's all right. Oh, it's you. It's not much of a problem.
Well, you can't.
Just need to. What?
And perhaps, well, there's a cloth not far from where the stores are. We could get that cleaned up for you.
I could likely handle it. Which way was it to?
Shop Point.
Stores?
Yeah, Shop Point.
Thank you. And he's going to make his way out of the room as quickly as possible.
Yeah. We'll give her a valorous test here. I'm gonna say it's pretty bold. Like, she's probably not super valorous, but I think she's got a +5 for
She's
more
been
going
pretty-
on.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's been
Big
actively
white
pursuing Virgil. Like, she's got to be pretty brave.
Yep. I think on top of that, she also has a more active, if she's bold enough to spill something on purpose on Virgil. Last person did that probably got body slammed, so.
Hey,
Last person
everybody.
was pushed through a table.
I just want to thank
I
our
know-
chat for not respecting the bonds of marriage, for getting
we'll
a real
see.
kick out of tempting a man.
You guys are the real heroes.
Well, we'll see, good sir. So what I need you to do is, what is your amour?
My amour is 12 currently.
What's her name again?
Orle.
Orle. Yeah.
Let me post that button here. There you go.
Yeah. So, at 12. Okay, I want you to test that first. Okay. I want you to tick it, and then it's chase -5, lustful
No.
+5.
Remember, you got the reroll now.
Oh, Yeah, you're welcome
And-
to try and reroll through that. I
and
mean,
deprive the audience of what they clearly want? You know what I'm about. I gotta.
okay.
Oh man.
Ooh, you whore.
don't blame this on me. Where was my support when I needed it?
The two of us mentioned a reroll you had thrice.
Now you know what it's like. You know what it's like.
Florence was like, yeah.
Yeah. Who's
Virgil's
the whore now, Virgil?
Virgil's never look. It's been established that Virgil has never been pursued before, and also that Virgil is extremely weirded out and gets all fuzzy when somebody chooses to ignore all of the insanity that is everything that he does at all times. So I think this is a reasonable situation for him to find himself in, and very Arthurian. This is not what he wants to do right now, but I don't think he's got enough brain and blood in his brain. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
what's-
I don't know if you realize this, but I'm certifiably insane, and I find that very hot right now.
What was the card worth, by the way? Was it worth one?
No.
No,
Oops,
it's
no.
worth nothing.
No.
In
Okay.
fact, I have to mix
Just
the next
man
round. I have to
shit.
mix the next round of the feast doing the do,
Yeah.
or I get -3 geniality. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So, no,
He's
think I'm
certainly
out.
doing the do
get
now.
nothing.
He's,
Yeah.
you're getting something far better. It's the miracle
Hey.
of life, probably.
Yeah.
No,
Potential bastard.
no.
Like, yeah. I'm not sure it would go that far in the stores necessarily. I mean, it could.
That's fair.
There's no critical.
I don't-
So,
I don't know if the French have given us anything else besides just straight up consummation sex, though. Like that, I don't know. I don't know if the French have taught us the ways yet.
that's fair. Yeah.
Wait,
it's
you
true.
have been going
The-
straight
the
to
romance
the
has
fucking?
not occurred.
There's been nothing more?
There is no
See,
court of romance yet. Guinevere doesn't exist.
I have been wondering why all of you Britons live in death and pig shit.
Remember, the
Because
French
you do
are
not
still
have folk
the Franks too. They're
Right.
Yeah, it's still the
Claw-
Franks.
yeah. Okay,
Still barbarians.
that's interesting. So we'll go ahead and parking lot you over here in the corner, and we'll get to that. I think we should find out through. I think we should find out through winter phase whether or not that leads to any particular illegitimate children for Virgil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
Just like his
you
brother.
you can also turn that a more to romance now that it's consummated. Love, rather.
Love.
And it doesn't change the value. It just ups it into.
Different category.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I interact with Lady Alabaster in any way, I will show none of the integrity and grit that you showed. I will be using that advantage.
Not
That's
if I
fair.
use it first.
I'll say that's very fair. Your wife owns a battle axe.
I'm going to use it on a courtesy roll just to fuck
Yeah.
with you guys.
Florence just
your
before
other-
Edric's turn. What? I didn't lose
Yeah.
I lost a game of dice? Nope, not happening.
What?
It's like, you only have a 2 in the score. Yep, I'm re-rolling it with advantage. It's like,
Indeed. But yes, Liam, your other character gave her a better weapons, armor, and a cool horse. She is a force of nature, and I don't
Yeah,
want to
man.
upset her. And also, I want to end Lady Alabaster's bloodline.
all right. We will go to back to the round 2 then. With Florence. Here go.
Now, Florence can't draw cards at the moment because he's already got one, and I want to hang on to it.
He says he's already got one.
He's already got
Um,
one.
Is that the case? Wouldn't it say that you can't draw cards if you keep it like specifically? Because I know that's been the case with others.
It specifically says keep this card. When you do so, you gain +2 geniality per round.
Got yeah. Okay,
I'd have to get rid of it to draw another card.
understood.
Yeah. That's how I interpret it.
Yeah. I think. Remind me, what are the actions again? We could do? It's been so long.
Yeah, temperate, indulgent,
Temperate, indulgent,
flirt, intrigue,
flirt.
gossip, rather, intrigue.
Yeah.
Dance, and gaming.
Gaming. Let's do a flirt. Let's do a classic Sir Florence flirt. Now the question is, who is he gonna flirt with?
Yeah, that is a question. So is it someone known here, or is it a young, like a recently of age maiden kind of thing? Like, where is Florence at?
Let's do a poll. No.
I did figure that out now for the future.
Do we want to do a poll?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna roll for it. If it's an established character, I know who it's going to be.
Okay. Do you want to do like a high and low? Just coin toss it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's too
All
high.
right, there's a poll.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Here, I'll just do it. New poll. Who should Florence flirt with? An established lady of the court, an established lady, a new maiden, or a serving girl, or Virgil's horse. No, I'm just kidding.
Lady Elaine. I think that would be funny.
Okay. It's Ellen. Lady Ellen, you mean?
Ellen, yeah, Ellen, sorry.
No, it's all good.
My liege lady, and also a widower.
Okay, it is started. You have 1 minute. Get your votes in now.
You have a minute to vote. Get your votes in.
Never put a troll pick in a poll because that will win every time.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Because
But
that
it's
is what
very
I voted
funny.
for.
I have to vote for someone other than Lady Ellen because I still want that bag. You know what I mean? Not Virgil, me, Liam.
Yeah.
I want that one.
Now I'm tempted to for Lady Elaine just to fuck off Liam.
No, it's all about Lady Violet. I think personally.
Absolutely, Lady Violet is the best.
She can
Too bad
get
she's
it.
married.
Well, that clearly doesn't stop too many people.
Oh, there's a couple other people here that keep forgetting to kind of add into the regular mix. Sarah,
there it is.
Sarah and Blackwind of Newton Manor as well. Let's see.
Lady Ellen has one.
Oh, quite decisively,
Let's
good
go.
sir. All right.
I'll be honest, this is kind of what Florence is probably going to do anyway. I have plans, but let's see how this goes. Now, Bob, is there anything I would need to do to move up to where Lady Ellen is, who is presumably above the salt?
Yes, actually. If she's above the salt, you have to succeed in a courtesy roll or intrigue roll just to get up there.
Oh, easy.
And I
Easy.
think, yeah.
Any negatives?
No, I don't think so. You guys are pretty established.
Alright.
If this wasn't your court, like if this wasn't a court of like you're trusted, plus you're popular tonight, so I don't think so.
That's true. Popular. That's a crit.
All right.
Thomas isn't here, but note
here.
for people. That is 20 glory for Florence.
Understood.
Oh, and it's a proper 20.
Nice.
Not bad.
So yeah, Florence just walks up there like he knows what it, like he fucking owns the place. Man is the king of the night.
And
My God, this woman's giant. Oh,
yeah, it's this Sarah of Newton Manor. That's who it is. So
All right, yeah.
Giant woman? Edrich looks around.
Oh yeah, that's your bane.
What?
That's
Relative or wife?
you wife.
You didn't
no.
tell me you had a cousin.
Yeah. Okay,
That
so
wasn't Eosa.
how is Florence like thematically for the rest of us? How deliberate, like how appropriate is Florence's flirting for given this is the Countess?
It is the Countess, but she is not married. I think it's subtle but deliberate.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's clear what he wants and what he's interested in, and in that moment, it is her.
Okay. So you can do a flirting roll with the 3 geniality included.
Okay. I will say this for the love of the audience and everyone here watching. I will be using my passion of hospitality.
Oh, I'm shocked.
If you use hospitality, it cannot have ulterior motives. Is that negative motives?
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
It would be for her. It would be for her. You would be fulfilling the hospital. Like, think Lancelot to Guinevere before he fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
In that case, no, because I don't think. Florence has other reasons why he's doing this. So
Indeed.
he will not.
So you can't use honor and you can't use hospitality for that. You can be courteous. You just don't, like you're not impassioned by hospitality.
Yeah, I think in that case, it's just going to be our regular flirting with the +3.
Let's see how it goes.
I only fail this on a 20, and if I do,
It should be fun.
it'll be bad.
Yeah.
Okay, regular success.
Okay. It goes well. I think there's a precedence for this. This has happened before, right? In early Anarchy, if I recall. A
I
bit.
believe so, yeah. He asked her to a dance as kind of a preamble to this.
I'm gonna
Hopefully this doesn't piss off Robert.
Yeah, I'm gonna check something here real quick.
You're already on his shit list.
Yeah.
Robert is pretty generous, though. So we're gonna see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Truly, I'm imagining this as peak Xbox Live
Nope.
moments when this. Oh, yep.
You
When this
so
kid.
Oh my god, you have Uno like that?
Okay. Well, or I didn't mean to roll selfish. I should have said, selfish. Yeah, it was Robert generous for selfish. So he doesn't succeed at either. He just looks a little annoyed by it. I think others might pick up. I think Jenna looks a little uneasy about it, but like it's to be expected. I can see it. So, but yeah, it goes well. I will check one thing from Ellen though. So I will say this. Ellen is very high. She's famous in chaste. So I'm going to test her chaste right now. If she scores higher than your flirting, then she's participating. She's flattered by it. Short of a romance or something formal, it will never go anywhere. If she rolls lower or fails, then the door's open at least.
Right. It's highly likely she'll succeed. No!
So it's not a failure, but the door's open. But with a famous chase, it doesn't mean like a fling of like. I think what it means is she will probably develop a minor amour for Florence. Yeah.
Man.
Please don't Agent Peacock my liege lady.
We gotta kill this guy.
I voted for this, so I want to see this happen. But also, Edric's like, come on, you just admitted you were spying.
think we gotta kill this guy.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay, that
Gotta
was
kill this guy, Edrich.
success. So +4 genealogy because of the popular. Is that how it's going?
Yup.
Isn't it? Yes. +4.
1 for the success, 2 for the card, 1 for being below the salt. Oh no, near the salt.
Yeah,
Sorry. Man, once again, it is Sir Florence, the fucking genial.
Indeed.
Yeah, those are big numbers. Popular is a card like for a 3-round feast. If you get it round 1, you can go ham. Yeah. Especially imagine getting popular and then. Anyways, we will leave that at that, and that goes to Edric's turn.
Edrich, now that he's kind of enjoyed himself a little bit, by which I mean he's acted as an amateur wine critic, now is the time for him to sort of get to work. What he wants to do is, the subject of discussion is what to do next. He would like to go around basically understanding the threads of intrigue of the court. He wants to know what people are mostly pushing for, like what they're kind of wanting to see or expecting.
Out of those options kind of thing, like what seems to be the buzz, because you're not asking individuals, right? You're going and getting a kind of a wide level poll. Okay, yeah.
Wide level poll that he can report to his liege, or just think about, because hey, while he's not going to talk about it while the Lady Alabaster is there, destroying the evil castles is nice. But yes, so I'd like to basically get a wide band interest on what's going down.
Intrigue.
Let's do it. For some reason, the Roll20 on my laptop is very, very slow.
Well, 20's been having
Success.
issues recently. I think it's all the updates they're doing.
Okay, so Intrigue 2. Okay, so there's I would say there's like 2 really popular topics. The first is getting rid of those castles in your border. Specifically reclaiming the Forest Gloom or Forest Gloom's territory that is perceived by some as lost, right? That's one.
Indeed.
The other is not a military push, but people want to see Ufo and Jenna married. They're starting to get worried that that Salisbury isn't big enough to deal with all these kings, these conquerors, right now.
Agreed. And I believe
They of little faith.
I do believe that while the boys were gone, Virgil and the council talked with Jenna, and Jenna said that she would make a decision for certain by the end of the year.
Yeah, so that would presumably happen at the council.
Yeah.
Indeed. We'll see how things go. But yes, I think Edrich, with that, he's definitely understanding the buzz and the military approach, which is his decree, seemed to be reclaiming the castle. With that in mind, Bob, just remind me, what was the name of the council or group that Lord Alabaster belonged to? It was like the Order of the Stick.
No. I think it was the something Wood Alliance, maybe Gloomwood.
Yeah, Gloomwood Alliance or something like that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't surprise anyone here. Edrich, not a huge fan of supernatural threats.
Yeah.
And doesn't like the idea of them in a polity which threatens him.
It seems to be less that overall for the unpopular, other than people are a little disturbed by it. It seems to be more that these are right in the borders of Salisbury, and so they consider a threat. There are some that want to push into Gentian and just take the rest of it. There are some.
We already did that. We're fine. We're the good guys. not raiders.
Less popular actions are basically poking the bee's nest in Cornwall or Wessex, or dabbling into Ridichin's mess of bandits. But those are like pretty unpopular. Like there's only some people that want to do each of those.
Indeed. I think Edric's definitely clocking the fringe elements there. Because, hey, that's what he likes. He likes doing those things. But that's me. That's my turn.
Okay. Two geniality, right? I got you there.
That's right.
Okay, and then we skip Virgil.
He's off having a adventure that he will never ever regret.
Yeah. Clearly, never goes wrong. And never happens. Those things never happen in King Arthur stories, so.
Exactly. Never comes back to bite anyone ever.
Okay, that brings us
You'll
to
have a child who's half knight, half scullery maid. That's how genes work.
That brings us back to Florence.
Top of the initiative. Now that Florence is kind of dawdling above the salt, kind of returning to his seat every now and then. However, he wants to do something a little unorthodox. He wants to attempt to play matchmaker between introducing Sir Ulfo to Lady Jenna, and maybe pumping up Sir Ulfo a little bit, giving him some tips and tricks on how to secure alliances. That's what that is.
Is Sir Uther here?
He's there, isn't he?
I'm
didn't see
gonna rule that he's not. That was probably my bad. More
Okay.
so, yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
Changing plans.
Do you need a second? I can always go to Edrich.
Yeah. Well, my backup plan was just intrigue. So he's gonna do some intrigue.
You know
Gonna
what? You know
listen
what?
to
I'm okay with Ufo being here. It makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we did offer him hospitality the
Yeah.
last time we saw him.
Mhm.
Yeah, and there's probably political reasons here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, Florence is gonna play matchmaker.
All right, good sir.
So what kind of role we working with? What you thinking? Intrigue, diplomacy, romance. Good to see.
That's a good question.
Hunting.
Yeah, definitely hunting. Okay, so I'm thinking like the standard would be intrigue, but we roll it for everything, and it's more gossip. You're actually trying to sort of arrange the two together, right?
Yeah.
What I'm going to do then is, I think I'm going to use the romance skill because we don't use that ever.
Okay.
I think this
needs
is what. Yeah. I think what could happen is this could backfire, so there might be a counter roll if the romance fails, right? Like we'll see how it backfires. I'm not sure yet, but we'll give you a flat romance and then.
Okay. So this is romance with no geniality bonus?
No. You can do geniality.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. So I have my geniality. May I impassion with hospitality?
Depends on your attention.
Didn't you already do that?
Positive. No, I didn't end up doing it. I couldn't do it.
Because
I
his
believe
intention
this-
was not positive there.
Yeah, but this is positive towards the host. This is securing an alliance for them in a way that is beneficiary, which I think is what
True.
someone who is at a party should do.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I support that. Yep.
All right. Hospitality, success, +10. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So +17.
I'm already going over to the glory tracker.
I don't think it's unlikely I will crit, but we'll see. No, that's a 2, but it's a success.
Okay. I'm gonna.
So use the reroll button. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, do you have a lower romance score than Edrich?
Yeah, his romance is very low. He's not very romantic.
He kind of skips right to the point there, as we've seen. Yeah.
I suppose my courtship did last 7 years.
So, interestingly enough, and this is something we'll have to figure out what we house rule in as we play. We'll probably put together a council of all 3 games to figure it out, but they took away some of the skills in 6th edition, which I find very useful if we were to play a 3-session Pendragon game. But when you're playing multi-generational Pendragon with hundreds of episodes in between, I'm not sure I love less skill. It's kind of like a lot of role-playing games nowadays are designed for playing once to 7 times, and so that's why you make it narrow so that there's not as much room for growth. That way, you don't have to worry about growth. That's why a lot of games feel awkward after 7 or 8 episodes. You're like, oh man, I don't have anywhere to go with this, right?
I'm a little mixed on it myself I'm a little mixed on it myself just by virtue of I think there are a lot of skills that I don't use and will never use. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I can see certain knights wanting to use them, but I do think that there is a certain level of, like, if the skill list was a little smaller, I would be more encouraged to put some points into something that wasn't just the things that I use. See if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like, at least have a little bit of skill in something.
What we'll probably do is we'll probably meet as a group when we get to 6th edition and decide if any of the ones taken away we want to house rule in. And if we don't, then we just go with the short list. But they took away quite a few, so like a lot. Like boating, I get why they took away boating.
For me, I love useless random skills. It's like my favorite thing in a role-playing system. It's completely useless at one time where it's life and death. You got.
Especially when character creation makes those random things happen, like Pendragon or like Warhammer, where you roll a D100 and it ends up that your family are very famous rat catchers or harpists.
Jenna is trusting of the scenario not having any sort of ulterior motives. It's awkward between the two, but it seems to go really favorably. You see, like, an actual, like, smile. I think it's one of those things where you saw UFO go out onto, like, end of the balcony to get fresh air, and you happen to, like, ask Lady Jenna if she'd like to walk to the balcony with you. She says yes. You go, and then you totally bait and switch her at the perfect moment. Oh, exactly, UFO.
It's UFO, and then she turns and I'm gone.
What a crazy random happenstance. When did you get here? Okay. So that goes well for you. It's worth 3, right? Total for the round?
Yes. With the successful romance, I believe it's 4.
It is 4, yes.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
God, I'm so behind in glory.
Just a season. You'll catch up.
I'm way ahead.
Someone else was
not. It's too much.
Also, just because I'm. Oh God, what have I done? I pressed an F key and now something's opened. Just FYI, I know this is not necessarily the best time, but I'll forget about it otherwise. My son that I had last year, I have just named him Rufus. So.
Rufus or Rufus?
Rufus.
Okay. I will warn you that the seneschal's name is Rufus.
That's all right.
It won't get confusing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Old English histories are like.
Yeah. We got Robert, Rufus, Rufus, and Redford.
Yeah. My second son is named Kay, so I'm sure that won't be any problems.
Yeah. And so Roderick had Sir Robert, and Sir Robert had Sir Rufus.
I should have said no round table knight names, but it's okay.
I did not know at the time, if it helped. It's like, oh, that's a cool Arthuriana name. Yeah. Oh, there's a reason why it's a cool Arthuriana name.
The seneschal brother of... that's okay. So that goes well for you. And then we're on to Edrich for round 3.
My question for you is this, Bob. Is the Riddican thing something you intend for, like, it to be important to look into, or a kind of thing that can be done if it's pushed, or would you rather not do it? Because my intention is to talk to Lady Violet to ask about the politics surrounding the area, because she's my go-to there.
The biggest issue with it, I mean, you can push it any way you want. I think the biggest thing you know about it is that it's pretty far-reaching for you to be meddling when you got as many things as you do on your plate. That doesn't mean that Edrich can't take interest in it though, and do things from afar. You're gonna have a hell of a time getting enough away time as Edrich, as Marshal, to do anything about it directly, short of marching an army there.
Yes, which will cause its own problems. But I do think Edrich is curious, especially given the possibility of Ulfius being involved. I think he would like to speak to Lady Violet about the matter.
Okay.
Is Lady Violet still living in De Winterbourne Stoke, or has she found
She's in
shelter
Sarum.
within Salisbury? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
In that case, Sir Edrich will approach the Lady Violet, hopefully away from the Lady Alabaster. But as he approaches, he goes, "Good evening, Lady Violet, and I hope you're having a fine Christmas so far."
Oh, Edrich. It's been some time. How are you?
It has indeed. My fortunes have had their ups and downs, as they are wont to do, but it seems that things are on the rise, despite the chaos all around. And yourself?
Things are, well enough. Well enough. I await Sir Brassius' return. He did fight in the war between the Saxons and the Angles.
Indeed. I am told that he is making quite a name and a great deal of gold for himself. I quite nearly hired him to assist me, but, well, money is tight in these times.
I assure you, he's not the type to take offense.
I'm glad to hear so. Especially because Sir Edrich, is, and had a blood feud for a while.
Yeah.
But Edrich will say, I had a question for you, and I do hope you don't take offense that often when I approach you in these feasts, it is to speak of matters of politics. But I recently found myself in Oxenford and discovered that there was some matter of dispute between the Baron of Oxenford, their holdings of the lands of Riddican, and a countess who was difficult to find details on up there, anyway.
Ah, yes.
I wondered if you could edify some matters.
You speak of Lady Ingwin.
Lady Ingwin. Lady Ingwin! And she can, in the second repetition, note some recognition.
I assume you've met her?
I see. Yes, though I was not aware of her importance at that time. It seems she is betrothed, if not married, to the House of the Vale. Or what was it? The Leaves or something? In character,
March?
no.
March, is that what you're talking about? Like, wait, what are you saying though? Just to make sure I gave you the right.
It was the son of the guy who
Thornbush.
the swans. That's what it is, of Thornbush.
Thornbush, yeah. Yes, she was warded there, and still is a guest there.
I see. An interesting allegiance for an up-and-coming countess, particularly one with no land. I was wondering, even though these are chaotic times, why this has not been spoken of more. I imagine it is a tempting target for any with armies to fight a battle which is, in some way, righteous and backed by law.
Go ahead and let's start with an intrigue roll, because we didn't get you to roll this time yet.
Absolutely. Da-da-da-da-da.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. That is a success.
She says, well, the late Baron, have you heard he passed?
Indeed, yes. Is she referring to the Baron of Oxenford or the one who held that land?
You can inquire if you want.
In that case, he will say, indeed so, and his brother, the Baron of Oxenford, was infirm when I left him.
Ah, that is who I speak of. So,
I
pass
see.
this fall. It is a complicated matter, Sir Edrich. You see, much of the things that King Uther did towards the end of his life were worth questioning. One of which was the establishing of a baron when there is an heir. And not a baron who, if I stood to guess, I would think that Uther's intentions might have been to marry the late Sir Guthir, the Baron of Oxenford, or his son, to the Countess when she became of age.
I will say this much. Even the most loyal and reverent of King Uther would note that many of his choices were made with expediency in mind. This, I imagine, complicates things when plans fall through. Why did such an arrangement not continue? A marriage would be good for both families.
My understanding is, well, when Sir Guthir passed and Sir Arwell, his nephew, took the position, Sir Arwell did not like the conditions of a matrilineal marriage. One where...
I see.
Indeed. That's just speculation and gossip, but Sir Arwell was a very crafty knight, very good at stewardship, very good in court. I believe that at least one of his sons takes after him. What's made worse is this has turned into a bit of a feud now, with the would-be Countess creating slander for Arwell and his children, going as far as to call them scoundrels and
I see.
pretenders themselves. I think it is beyond repair at this point.
It is
Sort of.
unfortunate. But one thing I do know is that currently the stewardship of Riddican is, while uncontested, not as efficient as it could be. It is quite far beyond my remit to handle such things, as indeed I am no longer a royal sheriff. But it pains me to see resources mismanaged, no matter where it sits.
You were a constable, Sir Edrich. Never a sheriff. despite
was
your
Thomas's fault. Constable.
No, but I think Edrich regularly mistook those things too with his actions. If it recalls, you not that it's inappropriate because like look, what's his name? The guy who cut Uther. Yeah, Argan. Argan definitely overstepped his boundaries constantly and was rewarded for it. So this is just her being her. Yeah.
Forgive me. In my tenure, both as a knight growing up, there was little difference between the roles.
Well, I've known you for a great while, Edrich, and I don't doubt that you had your good reasons for everything you did.
Indeed. Well, thank you for your candor. And indeed, your advice.
But yes, if you wish to look in more, perhaps Sir Salados or his father would be a good place to start. Or you could approach her directly if you wished.
Quite so. Thank you. Yes, it does seem that the matter is just as complex. I will note that it is Basil who takes after his father.
I see. And not the others?
From my experience, what was the other one? I want to say Coriander, but it wasn't.
Bellius.
Sir Bellius is a noble man who wears his heart on his sleeve. While that does not preclude a great knowledge of the courts, those two things rarely go hand in hand.
Indeed. The difference between you and your late cousin.
Quite so. God rest his soul.
All right.
The big one.
The big one. All right. On to Virgil, who's just come back. Virgil, what are we gonna do here? I just want to see. I do a courteous roll plus 10.
Okay, he's pretty good at this. I don't think he can fail. He certainly can't fumble, which is good.
Okay. Yeah, you find a flower vase and empty out some of the water and fix your hair back appropriate so you don't look all like you just got mangled by a lion. And you find a rather sort of busy time during the dance to slide back into the event. And it seems that no one has noticed you gone because the players never called you out for it. So.
Good. Great. Excellent. Wonderful.
I assumed he was fighting a duel from someone who offended him.
Jesus Christ. Virgil looks up and sees all of the geniality that Florence has and then looks at his small pile of Jack's squat.
He's popular. He's got like 5 different maidens like following him around, and you see him like flirting with Ellen, and then he's like up there with you see Jenna and it looks like Jenna and Ufo are talking by the balcony. They're back inside now, but they're by the balcony.
I think Virgil would like to try to talk to Lady Jenna as well. I know that Florence already made some schmoves, but Virgil is going to try to do his part as well.
Okay.
I think so. Let me pitch it to you beforehand. I think Virgil is going to pitch to Lady Ellen that Lady Ellen nominates someone that she trusts to go with Virgil, and Virgil would like to speak to Lady Jenna alone with that person as protection, just so that Jenna isn't alone, but he'd like to talk to her privately.
Now that we've more or less confirmed Sir Bar's alive, Bar will go with her.
Perfect.
I will note
Lady
one
Ellen.
thing. It is very appreciative that you'd be like, if you want someone you can feel safe with to talk about this, then that's great. But also the implication of I, a sworn knight of your brother, am dangerous enough that I think you might want someone else.
I'm assuming you didn't request that. You just kind of were suggesting that's probably what happened, more so. Like,
yes,
I think it's
I
also can be looked upon with suspicion if 2 people go off alone.
yeah, indeed.
If it's 3 people, it's fine.
Yes, it's more of a chaperone for, especially because we're trying to sell it to UFO right now. Like,
Yeah,
it's a precaution to make sure that nothing hanky's going on. But I think it's also Virgil's watched Lady Ellen. He knows that she's protective of Jenna, very protective. And I think, although he wants to encourage Lady Ellen to let Jenna, trust Jenna to go off on these kinds of things, and that she does need to let go a little bit, I think he's still, considerate of that.
Yep, makes sense. Yeah, I don't even think it's like it just kind of happens, anyways. Just to be honest, like they'll send someone.
So
it's probably actually a handmaiden. Actually, is who would go along. Her handmaiden would be the
That's perfect then. Someone that Lady Jenna trusts.
Yeah, let's name her. Let's name her. Randomly.
Sure. What if it,
Elisa.
Elisa.
Ailsa. Yeah.
Ailsa.
I advise you to let it go, my lady.
No.
Some reasons, a dove swoops in at night and steals 2 of Edric's geniality from him. No.
Doves are supposed to be birds of peace. You are no crow.
Virgil steps over to Jenna and he goes, I have no doubt that you're likely confused about why I've asked you to meet me.
Did you hear that I talked to Sir Urfu tonight? Is that why?
Yes. I wanted to know how you were feeling about the situation.
Just testing some. Okay. She says, he's charming, a bit awkward, but charming nonetheless. Charming as most knights are, those that keep a high honor anyways.
I know the feeling. But that was what you thought of him. I want to know how you feel about this.
To be honest, Sir Virgil, I feel compelled. I've known for a great many years that my duty is to wed and strengthen our bonds of the family.
It can be more than that as well. I understand why we view our ways the way that we do. Things are how they are. And even in this time without a king, they will not change easily. Maybe they shouldn't. But I have heard your voice, Jenna. I have heard you speak and cry and shout for agency in this. I won't do you to the service of lying to you in saying that there was a different path forward for you.
What path?
That you have... Can't say that one exists. But I want you to know that at the very least, there's someone in here that sees you. And I promise you, even if it means that I have to lay down my life, I will make sure that you will not come to regret any decision you make. Things are dire for Salisbury. They're dire for Britain. But I think, Lady Jenna, more than an asset, as a person with wit and grace and the love of those who are close to you, loyal to you, you'll be far more powerful than just a wife. You'll be able to help shape Logres and this great nation that we live in.
Give me an intrigue.
I would like to impassion as well, if I may.
Sure. While you do that real quick, I'm just gonna grab something. It'll be like 30 seconds.
Virgil's so heartwarming.
He just gouged a guy's eyes out at the front of this episode. I didn't say it, I didn't depict it, but it happened.
Yeah.
I assumed.
We all assumed. That's what he is. That's what he does.
Well, it was his fault for not wearing a full head protecting helmet. You're just, through natural selection, encouraging the improvement of armor technology.
Okay. Intrigue high. Okay, and then I'm gonna test something.
Also, you did just come back from cheating on your wife.
I think
yes.
it's possible. It's possible that he's thinking clearly again now.
As a moral
Honestly, that's
authority
very
on this
funny.
issue. Ooh.
Ooh.
What is this? What's happening here?
Interesting.
What's
Okay.
happening here?
Yes, it is a crit.
You're scaring me, Bob. You're scaring me.
She stabs you in the eye.
Yeah, didn't she have a dagger 6?
You take 35 damage. No. So I'm just making sense of this kind of a little bit because I didn't expect that outcome. I think what you suggested there, it's more. So there's a duty for all nobles, right? And the duty is generally not. It's putting something bigger above yourself, whatever your duty might be. The thing about Jenna is that 14 I rolled for her is her selfish. It's one of her higher right side traits. Is even aside from this, yeah. So she just critted on generous. I think something that's been holding her back, because she is famously just. Something that is holding her back is that the talk of like having control of herself and not being simply the mother of the future or the wife of the husband. She wants to be more herself. I think she actually even envies her mother in a way, even though her mother isn't necessarily comfortable in those shoes. The idea of being a widow of a county gives her like an authority that most women would not have, right?
Yeah, man.
But I think this talk, mixed with meeting UFO, I think it's just she looks at Virgil and she says, I'm ready. I know the threat that the Saxons are. I've heard the stories up north and at Cornwall. I'm hesitant. I'm nervous. But I think it right that I marry Sir Ufu. But don't tell the others yet.
I won't waste your time, by telling you that I wish things were different. It would do no good to either of us. But I will tell you this, Lady Jenna. I will stand beside you. You have my word.
She nods.
Be back in a moment.
Alrighty.
Good for Virgil. Boy,
All
eventful feast for him.
Oh,
Eventful indeed. Even if you were away, you made good use of
And
that time.
one geniality. I helped save the kingdom, but that's okay. 2 genialities fine. 1 geniality, yeah. 1 geniality's
Hold
fine.
on. You and Florence doing that changes the landscape of Logres significantly.
Indeed.
Yeah, man.
Okay, we are gonna take a 2-minute break, guys, and that is the end of the feast. So we will be hitting winter phase, as
Hell
promised.
yes.
Yeah,
I will
It's been a while.
the glory. It's
been a while. Okay, I'll put us in the brief break, and then we're gonna try to crush out the winter phase fairly quickly because I have one more scene to do to end us on. In
Absolutely.
Easter.
All right.
All right, we'll be back soon. All right, gang. We are back with the winter phase, the paperwork of of the game.
Oh yeah.
All right. More importantly,
Nothing like
the
bureaucracy.
crazy fun shit happens this time of year. So, all right. Sometimes wild stuff happens. Okay, so experience checks. Do you want to all just kind of go through together and call them out as they go?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let's pull it. I'm doing energetic.
Likewise.
Success.
Energetic.
I don't think I could get higher
Nothing.
than 19 there.
Actually, I've changed my mind. I think I'm gonna wait until you guys are done.
Oh, thank you kindly. I have become more prudent.
Yeah, you do this to me.
Oh.
Honor goes up.
Come
Honest.
more honest too.
I have become more proud.
No.
But it's only a 7 at this point.
Oh, merciful goes up and just ticked again.
Ooh.
Nope.
Not as modest.
Famously
No.
merciful now.
Mer-
It really feels like you should have had that one sooner.
Merciful just goes up. It doesn't get reticked. It's a
Oh,
fumble,
that's
not a
right.
crit.
Sorry, my
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah,
It's
you're
only
right.
a crit.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Got a crit for you to tick it again. Ooh, temperate goes up.
Oh, heraldry goes up. That's
Come on,
nice.
Valorous. No.
I have so many ticks this year.
Come on, Honor.
Indeed.
No.
No, none of that. Awareness, increasing you would be fun.
That's why I do like having
No.
some of the low skills too, as someone who runs stuff a lot. Is like you get the one random time you use credit on fairy lore or whatever, and now you get to actually like you at least
Be
you
a little
win
better
one
at
check
that.
for the whole year. Like because it sucks when you go through it and everything's 15 and you just fail at everything in your checks. So
Yeah.
feels very
Indeed.
Oh, entry crit.
Very nice.
Makes
I
sense.
honestly, yeah, I
Ooh,
was
alright,
out of
goes
commission
up.
for a little while, so I've got far fewer ticks than I thought I would. But that's
Just
me.
still check.
The only thing that went up for me was, I think,
Ooh,
proud and what was it? Proud and
Thomas.
prudent.
Test vengeful.
Horsemanship.
Oh yay!
No. No point ticking lance because it's smaller than my spear. Yeah, it doesn't go
That
up.
is a success on vengeful.
Okay. Tick
Alright, that's
and
me done.
test vengeful.
You can go limp.
Okay.
That is a same success on vengeful.
Okay, so it doesn't go up. Okay. That was for being
Vengeful
captive.
for myself.
Captive.
Vengeful for myself now. Exactly the same roll.
Damn.
We're
just
constantly on a low simmer.
critical
Ooh.
just.
Nice.
I don't actually want that.
Oh,
I
no.
don't actually want that.
It doesn't pull you out, does it?
Arbitrary. No, it doesn't. I'm still
You're
way ahead, I think.
I've got it way covered.
I think I'm
Nah,
at
I'm
90. I think I'm at 90 was what I was at, so I should be at 89 now. I still have to lose quite a bit. Hell yeah, it's back!
Good on ya.
Yeah, but you do get the tick for next year for just as well. So you have to find an
Yes,
arbiter.
I gotcha. Yes!
Oh, cruel goes up.
Yes! But don't
Dude, you
get
are
too
true
excited.
knighting it up.
Don't get too excited. He's had a very eventful year, alright?
The wild thing when we get into Boy King and all of a sudden Perin's a good guy again and
yeah.
you're just like swapping. You're like, this guy's good, this guy's bad, this guy's bad, this guy's good, this guy's good, this guy's bad.
Ooh, indulgent.
I
didn't go
own
up.
I own a vineyard. Perrin built a
Name it.
vineyard or winery. Critical loyalty lord.
Oh,
Very good. It makes a lot
and
of sense.
you should have to test lustful from a consummation.
Oh yeah. That's checked. That would have been checked.
Yeah, it's kind of an auto thing when
No.
All right.
you even if it's for
I
a
think-
specific person, it's sort of like surrendering of your
Yeah.
vows. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I get you.
yeah,
I get
yeah.
you.
Haha, you're married.
So are you. Your wife died. Why don't you do something about that, huh? How come we're not pressuring you into marrying for political alliances, huh? How about we're not pressuring you?
That's what I'm trying to do.
That awareness
Uh-oh.
hurts.
Actually, that awareness is fine, because I like Virgil having low awareness. He's blind as a bat. He's got bad eyesight. Critical hunting.
Ooh.
Hey, nice.
Nice.
No
Man,
longer
lots of
Sir
criticals.
Virgil the Lost.
Critical. All right. He did hunt down a lot of people this year.
Yeah,
And he
it
did
makes
really well on
sense.
it, too.
Oh yeah.
Why is my squire ticked? Does anybody have any idea why I might have done that?
Probably critted on him. I don't think it matters.
I don't think he ages up a year if I fail
No.
the roll.
Hey man,
It'll
my
just-
squire's 35. You should only be 21. He's just been
Fuck
critting like
yes,
crazy.
No, my squire went into fairy. He's really good at what he does now, though.
All right, this one's the one I'm most excited about. Hell yeah!
Hell yes.
I have
That
learned
siege of
something
one.
about defending myself. All right, that is all of mine.
All right.
My siege is 13, and I've gotten to use it in one siege.
I've gotten to use it in a couple sieges. It's just I wasn't very helpful in any of those.
Right.
'Cause I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. You realize, Virgil, that was orate, not oral, right? I just want to make sure. But it's
Very
okay.
His
funny.
level went up. He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine.
Settle down, everybody. All right, settle down.
Hey, we gotta make sure we, go through this a little bit. Okay, aging. What is everyone's age? And here comes the terrible rolls for you guys.
I will
I
be
am
37 now.
39 now.
Oh, I guess I'm 38.
39.
I might not have marked mine properly. 38.
39. I just have the year he was born.
Getting up there.
Oh, shoot. Oh, he's getting old.
Do you guys remember when your characters recruited Ellen when she was
Yeah.
just of
Yeah.
age as a
No, I don't remember that.
yeah?
That's
it was,
nuts.
Remember that?
remember the whole
Goratrix was-
Lady Violet stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
right.
Why,
That was-
that's why you don't remember.
That's
You're
a
lost
crit.
in Summerland as
You
Dallin.
were lost to someone.
And that
That's
was
Dallin.
right.
gone.
But
Yeah.
you know what? That's so fascinating because it just hit me that it's like there was a time when Lady Ellen wasn't here. She's been such a staple for so long now.
Yeah.
It's like I can't
Indeed.
remember a time when she
Yeah.
wasn't there. That's fascinating. All right, aging rolls. Who's going first?
You guys have been
We're
playing through
We're all-
through your game. You've gone through 22 years of this game as your three houses.
I'm going first. I'll roll the
22
aging first.
years.
Go nuts. Do it.
Go ahead.
Uh,
Do it.
2d6.
You
2d6.
you
My
blew
favorite
you
dice.
blew a crit on Valorous too. When
It's all right.
That's good. That's good. You no attributes affected. You're fine.
oh wow!
Fuck yeah, I'm a god.
Yeah.
Mark,
Alright.
do you want to go now?
2d6. Alright.
Wait, is that
That's
Ooh,
good.
7.
No attributes affected. You are totally good. Watch me roll a 12 or a 2.
Come on, doubles. Come on, doubles. No, we don't want that. We don't want that at all.
Hey!
We are aging
Yeah.
so gracefully.
Yeah.
We are aging
Oh,
like
yeah.
fine wine that tastes like victory.
You're down into single digits on one of the stats, aren't you now, Edrich?
Dexterity. I got hit with a javelin and my dexterity is now 7.
Oof, yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Believe me, this year, there was a non-zero chance that I could have been bedridden if my dexterity was hit super hard.
Percy's dex
so
is
I'm glad
Percy's
it
dex is
wasn't.
8.
Oh, you went to a 7 too. That is another trait, isn't? Or no, that's a appearance.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's her appearance. Yeah.
Yeah. My appearance is still good. I have an unsightly and terrible scar, and my aging has affected me. So I went from a 17, which I started with, to 15.
It is
You
a
can
horrible
walk
scar,
with a
just right
limp though
above
with
his
a 7
eyebrow.
if you want.
Exactly.
You can walk with a little bit of a
famous
limp.
for being
I'm
handsome.
good.
Not famous for being handsome anymore. Percy's got one of those too, but it didn't affect him nearly as bad. He's still hotter than you.
Damn it.
But yes,
No one's hotter than Florence.
No one's hotter than Florence. It's true. Unless we go into the other games.
That's true.
But yeah, that was good aging from us. We
Yep.
aged
Oh yeah.
very talented.
Like a
All right.
fine wine.
Who's doing family next?
Family
You guys can
roll.
roll for children. I don't have a wife, unfortunately. Can I roll for
Your wife
bastards?
Yeah, you always
yeah,
can.
I roll-
All right, I'll do family next.
If you roll for
Do it.
bastards, though, you do get an automatic tick on lustful.
I'm rolling for bastards.
Roll
That's a 17!
family members. Do I
17
need to
child
roll,
born.
need to roll for
I
all
gotta
the
tick
kids
on
here.
D20 for the childbirth.
D20. Don't roll an 11.
11 is a bad number.
I've done that once. It was not a good time.
Yeah. Truly, I'm glad we have the advantage because if I roll an 11, Edrich might be at risk of
Well,
not
we
doing
don't
too
know
hot.
if we can use it on this roll because it's not a
That's-
standard test.
That's a good point. It isn't a skill roll. Liam, were you gonna roll?
Yes, I'm just double checking how many kids I have. Economy modifier. Where's the child survival? Child survival. There we go. Okay, so 1d20 for each kid.
I'm just gonna roll.
The real
I
question
have a
everyone
child.
has is how old is Sir Doof? Or how old is Doof? How far is he away from
Doof
How old is
Doof as of 5:03 will be. I just did the math on this. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay, so hang on. I'll get you that answer in just a second here. So
I have no extra children.
I think one of my kids just died.
Wow.
What?
Let's see.
Oh, yeah,
two-
you rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1.
What are you living
but
at?
I get a. I'm a rich knight, so I would have lost 2 kids. But because I'm a rich knight, my oldest son, Cato. Oh shit, Cato almost died.
How old is Cato?
18.
So he's squired. Yeah, he does no longer
Correct.
needs to roll on child survival. Once he's 15, he no longer has to roll. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, my youngest would have almost died then. Or my youngest would have almost died. No, sorry. My second oldest would have almost died. My youngest did die. Because I have a +1, and I rolled a 1, which means it's still a 2. So who's my youngest? My youngest is Rufus. I just named him. No.
No, Rufus!
Let's verify this. You're living richly.
Correct.
Yeah, that adds a
Mhm.
+1 to child survival rolls. Oh, and my childbirth rolls increased. I get a what?
Wait.
So I rolled a childbirth roll. I rolled an 8, but I would have had a +3 modifier, which would have gotten me to an 11, which kills my wife and my child.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wait.
We got some polls. We got some.
Wait. Before polls,
Yeah.
nobody used that advantage.
Does advantage work? Because it's not exactly a skill check.
I think that's the poll we have to ask. Is
Mhm.
can
I was
can
gonna
the
take it for
boys-
me, but I don't care about your kid, but I do care about your wife. I want your wife to survive. She's too cool.
Yeah, God. Because that's the thing. I'm living as a rich knight. If I were living as a normal knight, I would just have no children. But as a rich knight, my wife and child could very well die in childbirth.
Oh no. Now I gotta remember how many children I have.
Am I rolling for Percy's too? I guess I am rolling for Percy's kids. Yeah.
Yeah, probably smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, technically,
Let's
they're
see,
going to be
8.
the heir. They're your heir, technically, right? I mean,
Yeah. I need
Or-
to roll 8 d20
Yeah,
real
that's
fast.
you can always choose to switch houses. You might be in a position where you can, you could go. When they take over Durnford, you as Virgil technically still become the
I'm
castellan.
Castilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
All of Perin's kids survive.
I think
Right.
Florence's kids survive, but the bastards may or may not, because I don't think he has any control over that.
Should the reroll be allowed for childbirth? Yes or no?
I might be biased, but I voted
You
yes.
can vote. You guys can
Who
vote.
voted no? Who voted no? I'll end you. Absolutely not. That giant Saxon woman deserves happiness. I don't care about the kid.
I will warn it's going to
The
be
kid
a
can go for
reroll.
all I care.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Someone
reroll.
spent-
It'd still be a failure.
Yeah,
Someone redeemed points on that reroll, and we should use it before we forget
should
next
honor
week.
It. We should honor it.
There is a so far resounding yes.
Which is great because last time chat killed my son.
We are actually above 50% of people watching right now. So.
Okay. Yeah, agreed. We in 7-1, so we will count that as donezo.
Thank you so much, everyone. You are delightful, merciful, and kind. Keep in mind, there's still a 5% chance that the same result is rolled. All I
If you
need to
roll
do,
another 8.
if I roll an 8 or a 9, Oslaf is dead. So that's a 1d20 plus 3.
Holding my breath.
That
Okay.
is a 15. A child is born and born well.
Hey, there you go.
Terrifying. Terrifying. Thank you, everybody, for saving
Thank
that
you
hot
so
Saxon
much,
woman
as
and the kid, I guess.
I have a new daughter, who I will be naming. Still need a son. I've got a son, but he's very young. I'm very happy with the daughter. Any living child of the bloodline of the Winterbourne Stoke is a good thing. Thank you, chat. I love you dearly.
Okay, let's figure out who has adult like Squire plus aged children.
Just me, I think.
Just you. Okay.
It's just Virgil.
We're gonna figure out where this won't necessarily be the person, but we're gonna figure out where your child is Squire.
I think we already know. We've already established.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember where though. Hang on, I might have it written in my. Dallin wins combat game in Wessex. Virgil stands a thing. Siege Milford. Luke dies. Lady Fuller. Stolen. We definitely established, but I don't remember where, and I don't think it was ever depicted. So if we wanted to change it, we could.
Yeah, let's go and redo it, and then if we happen to find it,
I'll make sure to write it down this time too.
Okay. So we're just gonna do random person to determine the location. Not that this isn't necessarily the night. This is just where.
Yeah.
Same region, so we go to the South Counties. Barrack.
You know what? I'm pretty sure it was in Barrack last time too.
Yeah, that sounds right. Actually, yeah.
Also,
Okay.
just looking at the random character rolled, those are fantastic skill spreads.
Right.
Forgiving, worldly. I don't want my son to be forgiving. That's bullshit. Hate location. Hate Salisbury.
That's where it's at.
It's one of the knights that used to grieve Winterbourne Stoke. Okay, so done with that. Does that put us all the way through that stuff? Family,
That's
child survival.
childbirth and survival.
Okay.
I have not rolled childbirth yet. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
gotcha.
I haven't rolled childbirth yet. Sorry, I'm doing the ages for my
Yeah.
for parents' kids. Okay,
All good.
so childbirth. I roll d20. Just one? Just the one. But I add numbers to that because I'm rich. Plus 3 modifier. So 11 plus 3 is childborn. 14.
Okay.
All right, I've replaced the one that died. I'm fine. He was only 2. I'm
Was
gonna name
that-
him Rufus.
Did we roll to determine your potential of a illegitimate child yet?
No, we haven't rolled that yet.
Okay. That is
5.
And there's a daughter as well.
So daughter. Shit, not replaceable then. Can't name him Rufus. Can't name him Rufus too.
Rufina.
Rufusina. Rufusette.
Roofwin. Yeah.
Roofwin.
Rifflet.
Peach Rufus.
Rufus. Okay. Illegitimate. Here we go. Childbirth for the affair. 4. No children.
Oh,
That's
no
it.
children.
Okay.
Good. It's working out.
Could have gone bad. Could have gone bad.
No evidence left behind.
And there are no consequences at all to his actions.
Hey, at least
that's
it's
what a roll of 11 would have been.
Look, Virgil is way safer in being in doing infidelity than Perin is. Perin's wife is very dangerous and very vengeful.
It's true. Okay, that brings us to your family event rolls. So, family event table. L. Thomas.
Let's
I need a
get
D20.
D20. 17.
Family
That
event,
is
roll a D20 to
on
figure out.
Table B.
Yeah, but also roll a D20 first to figure out who it is. Your cousin.
That is a 20. A cousin. I do have a cousin I don't know about.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens. Is that the one you played?
Okay. That's the one I play, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. then.
So we'll see what happens. I'm rolling since it's odd on table B.
Sorry about that extra roll, but I forgot that Perin had yet another child, Boudica.
You got so many kids.
He's got so many kids. He's got 9 kids.
Okay, I thought I had 7. I thought your character died. I'm like, are you kidding me? You lose your secondary character.
And 76 has been cursed. 77 is asked to be the honorary page / equerry or maid / equerry of the presence for this year's court. What is the presence? The player knight must make a luck roll. What? Critical success, a truly remarkable performance of poise, grace, and subtlety. I don't know what a luck roll is.
I'll figure it out.
He's also not a page or a
Yeah.
esquire. He's a knight.
Should I re-roll?
How old was that guy again you were playing? Could he have a son?
Blessant. Blessant is 22.
Yeah, so too young to have a pager. Yeah, re-rolling.
Absolutely. 1d100, 93. What does 93 do? Dies instantly. Is rumored to be having an affair with the knight's wife. With my wife? Blessed, you were in my service for the barest amount of time while Florence was traveling with me.
Boy, he got around though, didn't he? Look, in order for your wife to survive, she had to fuck that guy. It was the only way. It was the only way. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. It's just how it happened.
I don't know.
What is going on?
He never came to Winterbourne Stoke, though, right?
He never came to my castle.
Oh, yeah. I don't think this would be you. I think this might be Florence, but Florence isn't married either.
He doesn't have a wife either. He doesn't know.
Reroll again. Reroll again. One more time.
1d100. 27.
Guys, let's get this over with.
27. Birth. D6. Yeah, even son, odd daughter. This is something that can happen.
Yes.
He's not married, so
And
this is a bastard.
you have
He is
almost
a
no
bastard
family,
daughter.
so...
I have almost no family, so this is good, in fact.
Is it a bastard for sure? He could be married. It could be a.
He could be married. We didn't sort out if he had
I
a
would
wife
suggest. I would suggest he has a wife. Unless actually, what's
In
his
that
chaste? What's higher, chaste or lustful?
His both are 0. He's not fully built.
Oh, okay. Roll. Let's establish. Is he Christian? British Christian.
He is, yes.
Okay,
However,
13,
he is
7.
incredibly worldly. He is 18 worldly.
Oh, that's true. No, but we'll say he's 13 for chase. So we'll say he has a wife. You could use a family,
Absolutely.
anyways.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I very much would prefer it to be a trueborn son.
We get enough bastards
one day-
around that family. Yeah.
One day,
Indeed.
Thomas, that will be a knight from my household because he lives with me.
Oh, damn you! No, it's going to be a lady, and the lady is going to be married
damn.
elsewhere, and then she's going to be a knight because she's either very small and crafty, or she's giant and dumb.
That is true.
The two genders.
Indeed.
Also, Bob, just for your personal reference, so that you have fun with it, Doof and Elaine, the twins, are 10 years old this year.
Hey, sweet. So they're in the page program these days in Serum.
Correct.
Awesome.
You guys are 30. Are you guys 39 this year? You guys are, right?
Yeah, 39.
Yes.
Okay. I'm rolling for Perin real fast. Uh-oh.
Oh, we might be
Oh,
losing
no.
something.
Two.
Two potentials.
Yeah.
You want sixes. You want sixes.
Yeah. So 2d6.
Hey, you got
3
one
and a
six.
Okay,
6.
that's
Alright.
one
Strength,
that's one
one
six.
strength.
You lose one strength.
His strength is already quite bad. Now it is down to an 11. All right, that could
That's
have been
not
worse.
too bad.
Yeah.
That could have been
Could be
worse.
worse.
Could have been far worse. But yes, that was my family event table. We just had to roll twice to make sure.
Okay.
Amazing.
Awesome.
All right. Do you want to
Okay.
go next, or shall I?
Go for it.
All right. Family events D20. 2 local event.
Ooh.
See below and roll again.
Family
20.
member. Yeah. Father.
1. Neighbors' lands are raided. Ask for aid.
No. Oh yeah. Local event. You got to figure out who as well.
Yeah. For this one, it's neighbors. So it's one of my neighbors are being raided.
No. You got to roll a family member table. See who's involved.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Do you have to do that for local?
I think that's only for family event.
Oh, that's true.
It
Yep, you're
distinguishes
right. You're
between
right.
the two.
Yeah. Okay. So neighbor lands are raided. Yes, for aid. This is hilarious if it was Virgil's lands, but because you guys. No, but
I mean,
but it's
depending
probably
on-
the same
depending on
raiding
where the-
party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
depending
Florence
on
would
where
help out,
the neighbor actually is, it could be in Cornwall. Like they could be getting raided.
That's true.
I imagine this is probably more Salisbury, considering it's
Yeah.
local.
It's easier
But it's
to
possible.
raid Salisbury right now than it is to raid deep into Cornwall.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Indeed.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So I think Florence probably would help out. I don't know what we do with that, but he would divert his resources to do so
Yeah.
as a noble knight.
As for aid,
And then I roll again. A 4. Marriage! Someone in my family is getting married.
That was 1d12 that you rolled.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. 11 family event. On table B.
make sure you roll a d20 first for who in the family this time.
Yes.
And
10. Sister or wife? I have neither.
roll a d10 again. Or d20.
D20, you mean?
Yeah.
3. Mother. My mother is dead.
Okay.
Roll again. Father is dead. Cousins.
Cousins. You
I
have
cousins.
those. Yeah, you have cousins. Okay, let's see what the event is.
Are we all not cousins in
100.
the great tapestry of life?
Oh,
Oh,
brother.
that's a death.
Death.
My
No.
cousins are dead.
Is this your cousin Alwell from Silchester?
I would think so. They haven't been doing very well, from what I remember.
Yeah. Okay. Alwell has perished. I think his name was Alwell.
I think he also lost his lands, didn't he?
Alwell, yep. Alwell.
Well.
Yeah. So he dies. Interesting. I'm
You
gonna.
know, I would use the reroll if someone hadn't used it, Thomas.
I'm sorry. I
You
am
let the cousin
sorry.
die.
I let your cousin that I didn't remember existed die. Forgive
I think
me.
the last time we saw him was like
Yeah,
Edward
once.
era, if I remember
It's a
correctly.
long fucking time ago.
Yeah. So 503. He died. 502. Winter.
Yeah.
Okay, he is a dead. Okay. And then what was the other thing? Oh, you're gonna help raid. So we start off with that.
Yeah.
If I recall, actually, you're staying in Salisbury full time right now, more or less, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
All right. So you can test. Same. Are you fortified? Do you have the same fortifications on it?
I have actually higher fortifications on my place because I have a grand manor. I have a fortification of 8.
So 8 plus 5 plus your siege, or added to your siege roll. And then I
8
need
plus 5, so plus 13. Ooh, I can't fail.
Sorry. We'll ignore siege.
Okay.
You're not defending your manor. You're defending. You're
Okay.
helping. So we'll just do weapon skill of your choice, horsemanship or dex, depending on which way you go, and battle.
Spear, horsemanship, and battle.
Okay.
All successes.
Goes well for you. You can take 20 glory for that. And someone around you is very grateful. We'll figure out who that is right now. So just going to take you guys real quick to Salisbury map. Take a quick look. It's not going to be Durnford, so it has to be someone else near Idmiston.
Thank you very much.
I imagine it'd be one of the ones that are part of the Born Identity or whatever we're called.
Born Identity. The River Born.
It could even be Sir Owen.
Could be.
He's pretty far away.
That one.
I'm going to think it's
Newton
Tony. Yeah.
I don't know who's the lord of that.
I don't think we've ever specified. Let me check. I'm going to Google Drive search Newton Tony and see if anything comes up.
Just a note, I will be naming my newborn daughter Gwendolyn. I have yet to name Sir Blethyn's daughter.
I will be naming my son Paul. No.
Nope. No one established for Newton Tony. Let's figure out who this person is. Hugh. We got enough Hewells. Gonna reroll that. Ed and Evit. I got one of those too.
Ed and Ed.
Sir Ren.
Surrender or die!
Surrender, trusting and arbitrary.
Insanely fearful of fairies.
Man, this guy
You
does not
get
like
it,
fairies.
don't you? You understand, right?
Okay, and then just for purposes later, I'm going to do this and this. Okay. That resolves that for you, Florence. So we are back to winter phase. Are we on to economics then? Or are we still, we still got
we still got one left.
Durnford.
Still got Durnford.
Here goes
I love Durnford.
Sir Liam.
Do a family event. Do a family.
Do a family.
You a family.
Is it? It's a
about
D20 first,
family.
right? It's a D20 to see which
D20
table
first.
gets rolled.
Yeah.
Which event?
11.
You do it every year. And
Family
you never forget.
event on table B.
Family event.
Roll a D20
Uh,
first. Let's see which family member.
19.
Do you have a cousin?
That would
Cousin?
be. I do have a cousin, Dallin.
Okay.
So you roll on table B.
Table B.
Now it's a D100.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. No death. A birth though. That doesn't.
Birth.
No, that doesn't track. You want me to roll again?
I'm just wondering if you have any other cousins that aren't Dallin.
I do not think so.
Oh, you have real Dallin.
Do you have real?
I do
Dallin?
have real Dallin.
True. Isn't
That
he
would
in the
be weird.
future?
Didn't he have this already? Didn't
Look,
he also have a son before? Or a child before?
No, I don't
I don't
think,
think so.
What
I think
if
it's
we get
a
a time trap? Look,
He's
look.
currently
You want?
serving King Arthur's court, right?
You know what would be super
Swear.
super helpful if like a time traveler from the future came and joined Virgil's hounds. You know?
feel like we've had this conversation before. I swear we
It's
have.
Cable.
People who are watching,
Hold on, Mark. We've had this exact conversation of
Because
Yes,
his
Virgil
name
in
was
the
Nathaniel
future.
Gray, I
of
believe.
Dallin, exactly. Of him being Cable, of Dallin being Cyclops.
We've had this fucking conversation. We have. I swear. I'm not crazy. I swear.
Reroll. We'll do a reroll. Yeah.
Oh, right, reroll. Yep.
Yeah.
39. Also not a death, which is good.
Marriage?
It's a marriage.
39. Yeah, that. Unless there's a hot Saxon lady down there.
That could be possible.
There could be.
There are hot, there are
Yeah.
hot Saxon ladies.
You can marry
That's
a
right.
woman, a lady
I
or
don't
something.
I don't think Dallin is racist against Saxons either.
No.
Yeah,
It's very
they're-
low.
They're
if it
racist
is.
against the Irishmen, right?
No, they don't. Yeah, the Picts.
The Picts.
It's the pics that'll get you.
Mm.
It's the pixies after.
What?
Famously
I hear
loyal.
you're a racist now, father. Anyway.
No, I'm
I
not a
hear you're
racist.
racist now, father.
Okay,
It's
so
the Chinese he's
are
after.
we agreeing that you have a Wessex wife as Dallin?
Yeah. I think that would be fun. We'll need to do something with that. I
Yeah.
feel.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh boy. When you say it like that, I'm terrified.
We're due for a trip to Wessex one of these days.
Yes,
so.
we are.
Yes, we are.
Do you have the family echo up right now, Bob? Would you post it somewhere I can see it again?
Yes.
Manor tracker, maybe?
Manor tracker. It's like
Is that one that only I can see? No, we can all see that. I think Manor tracker might be a good place to post that. We don't use Manor tracker very often anyway.
Yeah, I will. I'll throw that up as we move on to the next piece.
Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Oh no, never mind.
What? What?
Great Pendragon family campaign families. We've got the obsidian portals, but not the family echo.
Oh, you should have a family echo, huh?
Yeah, there's a family echo as well. You can get to it from
It
the.
Oh,
Yeah,
includes
from
the
the
link. Oh,
message.
never mind. All right, I don't need you, Bob. You're useless to me. Goodbye.
Okay. You're dead to me. Yeah. All right. Well then. So is that completion for Durnford on family?
I believe so.
And I want to say weather was 3d6 plus 6. Does it sound right to you guys?
I don't remember.
Okay, I'm checking right now. Give me a sec. It won't take me long. I remember what book it's in. Just gotta find it. Yeah, 3d6 plus 5. Okay. Weather in Salisbury. Oh.
That's
It-
3 6s, the number of the beast.
Okay. Cornwall's just lovely this time of year. But
Okay.
Salisbury is brutal. So what
Who
that means
cursed us?
Yeah, what that means is you guys got a hell of a time at succeeding this year. You gotta be your
Almost
20.
doing well though.
Yeah.
Glad I'm not living there.
Okay, so we start with the D6 to see if you guys have a calamity, no result, or a benefit.
Let's go. Come on.
Did I move you guys back? Yeah.
6.
4. That
No
is
result.
no result, luckily.
That is better than calamity.
It is
Yeah.
better than Calamity.
Liam, when you are ready, I need a D6.
I am ready. Just making.
Can't
some
wait till we
notes.
get to the tournament period.
That's a lot.
Calamity.
Oh no.
You got a calamity going on.
It's been a long time since I've had a calamity. I think.
Okay.
Fire.
So odd is
Another one?
Let's see. Manor like bad 37. Let's see here. Rats infest
more
the
bandits.
manor. Oh,
No!
1d plus 1d6 fate this year, and add plus 1d3 to fate next year. That's not fun. Roll a d6.
Ugh.
2.
2.
That's not too bad.
No, could be worse.
No big deal. Your fate's is basically a 25 this year. This should be fine.
Have rats in my house.
Right? I can see
Spies.
Rat.
Virgil will
Where are
spend. He will kill every rat.
I'm a moderately
I'm
successful
the big rat
knight
who makes
with
all the rules.
I am a moderately successful knight with ants in my car.
Okay. So, on to Commoner Justice.
Hell yeah, that's Virgil's favorite.
Thomas, for Edrich, we got a disheartened poor old widow, an impassioned farmer, something about a brawl, accusations of a heretic, and a father was involved. So, looks
Those
like
who bear the sign of the Yellow King die.
the old woman called the impassioned farmer's father a heretic, and she lost it on her, and the two started scrapping.
Indeed. Let me roll justice and see how it goes. That is a failure on justice. Let's see what the 2d20 roll is.
Indeed. Impassioned. So we'll see in that case. Oh, lucky.
That is a tie on failure.
Tie and failure. All right.
So my
0.
hatred of landlord does not increase. That's good.
Indeed. And while you're at it, why don't you test concerned commoners?
I am moderately concerned about my commoners.
Hey, success.
My misfortune is reduced by 5, so that weather is now 18. Still insanely high. No, wait. Yeah, 18.
Okay. But that's good. That's a good start. We will go next to Mark. See what's happening here.
All right.
Let's do Night Court for you. An impassioned farmer, an impassioned poor old widow, something about the ownership of a cow. It definitely involved a necromancer, and it involved
Fucking necromancers.
a father.
Honestly, Idmiston has a lot of problems with necromancy.
My dad rise from the dead again and cause problems. God damn it. It's always happens.
It happens around Halloween / Thanksgiving, too, so the Thanksgiving dinners.
Okay.
All right.
I think this is what this is a cow got attacked, probably by a wild animal, but the old widow is accusing the farmer of the farmer is accusing the widow of being a necromancer, that because there's been some trouble with grave digging as of late in your area, and they accuse them of waking the dead, and that's what killed her cow. So, or killed his cow. So why don't we want to see how this goes? And there's mention of your father. Yeah, there's mention that your father's grave was once dug up. They use that as like an appeal.
Years ago, we know. I am aware that people keep stealing my father's bones. What of it?
It's a recurring thing.
Okay, so on a success, you reduce the hatred landlord by 1.
Still needs to roll a 2d20, though.
Oh, I do. Sorry, 1 sec. I do have to do that. And it is impassioned, so
On both sides.
6. So
Higher success.
yeah, you get a higher success. So it counts as a success. Reduce hatred landlord by 1.
Yay! They now only kind of hate me.
And then test concern commoners.
Commoners. I really need to up this. I really need to up this.
Not with that roll. Nothing. 12's not a bad score, though, for concerned commoners, to be honest. It can be like 8
Yeah,
or
but
5.
23 sucks for weather.
That's true.
Big time.
Okay. We go on to Durnford. Let's figure out what your night court looks like.
Give me some justice.
Ordinary farmer, a disheartened peddler, ownership of a cow, illicit love affair, and a grandmother
Oh, Jesus.
involved.
Who fucked the cow?
Grandmother, can't you read?
You wonder why I don't give a shit about you peasants. This is what you come to me with. Are you serious? It's a cow.
Toward the peddler, my lord, the peddler.
Okay, when you are ready.
All I know is that one of the two of you fucked this cow, and I'm not sure which one.
No, my lord, me grandmother did.
But my grandmother only did
Because the ownership of the cow was in dispute.
I swear to God. Execute the cow and be done with it. Oh, wait. Sorry. That's the wrong roll. That's the wrong roll. Yeah, right. Yeah. There we go. Execute the cow and be done with it.
If you rolled just, that would have succeeded. Okay. Man, you're gonna have a tough year.
Executes both of the peasants.
Now it's a 20 minus 5, so it's possible they fail too.
All right. Listen,
Nope.
whoever fucked the cow needs
Nope,
to
they
marry
rolled a
the
20.
cow. That's my decree.
So-
The hatred of landlord increases by 1 as you force a peasant into legally binding marriage with a cow.
That's what happens when you bring this shit to me. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Oh, great. Love that.
And then test concerned commoners.
My hate Lord Virgil is still only 9 because Perin was a really, really good ruler.
Yeah.
He got that shit so low. What and then I'm testing concerned commoners.
Yeah.
Failure.
Okay.
Nothing bad happens.
Nothing on that. Okay, so if we got this right, so it's 23 plus 2 plus. Is it misfortune? No misfortune goes up, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so
No.
you're going to be rolling against a 25, Liam, for your. Let's
She
start
got
with-
it.
Did
That is,
Florence's reduce by 5? Is that correct? As well?
No.
No.
No, he just failed. He didn't fumble.
Okay. So we'll start with Thomas. So D20 verse 18. When you are ready, good sir, we need you to do a misfortune roll.
Let's do it. Come on, Cynstenian.
Stewardship versus an 18. Oh.
Okay. It
Like-
is a better
Poor.
success for it, which
Yeah.
means poor. Yes.
I lost. Yeah.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Considering that it started as a 25.
It's true.
Mm.
That brings us to Idmiston.
All right. He has his steward, who is a 18, I believe. Versus 18.
It's a good
15
roll.
versus 18.
You do have to beat a 23, but you have a good roll. Not like
Wait.
What?
I'm so sorry. I just realized I was superlative this last year. That gives me a
Oh.
+2 on my. Gives me a child survival +3. My kid lived.
Okay. Cool.
I'm so
Nice.
sorry, guys. I'm glad I wrote that down because I
Fair
completely forgot.
No, it's all good.
Makes sense. That's why you live superlatively when you have kids.
Yeah, that's why I've got a directed trait. Prudent
Rufus
money
lives.
Too.
And that's why
Rufus
Florence is rich.
lives.
Oh,
Rufus lives.
you got beat as well.
Yeah, bastards.
Yeah, bastards.
At
All
least
right.
it's not a crit, though.
Yeah.
Indeed. And then when you are ready, Virgil, you need to roll your steward.
Oh, I already did for Lilo. That's
Oh. 4.
4 over
4 out of
17.
17. So I'm living poor this year.
Yeah.
But I'm paying the expense to get back up to superlative.
They did not crit, which is good because 25 is, it's moving into that realm of crit possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25% chance that.
Yeah. All right, so that's good. We will skip the horse breeding. You guys can figure that out off stream, I think. Let's go to lifestyle
I need to
check.
sell
So
some of my horses because I've got tons of chargers. They're breeding.
They give
like
you a
rabbits.
lot. Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
mine were fucking breeding like rabbits.
make sure you count their age too if you go to sell them.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
So my question regarding tribute is that we offset last year's tribute with the spoils of Genshin's war.
Yep.
Does
Yeah, we'll
that
cancel it out.
impact anything? Okay, just very good.
Yeah, cancel it out.
I am going to go from poor to rich.
Okay.
I am also going to go from. Well, I'm going to go to poor to extravagant by paying 12.
Superlative. Yeah.
Superlative, yeah. But
It's the same thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna copy Mark's homework again. I'm going to go from poor to superlative.
Understood.
Actually, I do have an income, so I'm also going to go to superlative.
Well, you got the
think.
youngins. Yeah, important
Now
family line.
Now that I've got more young'uns, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I need to protect my children. Oh,
From
yeah.
the feral hogs.
Okay, we will do the horse stuff off screen, and then if there's anything significant you can update. Let's do the experience improvements.
All right.
Absolutely.
Oh, glory. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
That reminds me.
Improvements
I
first. So
put-
pick what you're doing
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I put the glory that you earned this session in the Knights of Salisbury chat because I can't edit the glory tracker right now. I can add those together later if
It's
you
not
like.
that big a deal. It's not that
Is
big a
the
deal.
glory you have there including the geniality?
Yes.
All right.
I am
So
spending
that's
all of my experience this year
one,
bumping honor up
two,
to 19.
plus.
I won't let you win, Bob. I won't let you win.
You won't beat me.
If I get that glory bonus this year, which I think I might, I'm also putting it directly into fucking honor as well, and then I can't fumble it anymore. I won't allow it.
Oh, don't worry. You'll lose that honor soon enough.
I am going to increase getting 5 points, my horsemanship to 15, and my siege to 15. Bringing
7,
horsemanship up by 3 and siege by 2.
I am going to up Florence's siege by 5, making it a 12. I have a feeling I'm going to need it.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys want to know something so frustrating about my glory?
What you got?
What?
6,996.
That means, if any of
Wait.
your traits are above 16,
I'm good. You're right. Thank you. We had the
Yeah.
same thought, same time. Generous
actually
17.
because of the delay in the call, I got there first.
Hmm. Is it traits and passions?
Thomas, can you enter in Glory
Uh,
Tracker now?
I think it is trait. It's
Let me see. I can edit it. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
In that case, let me change it now.
Traits
But what was I
and-
going to say? We have this conversation every time, and I forget. Having notable traits and passions. Yes, it's underlined in green because
Right.
we
We always
do have this
forget.
every time.
Yeah. It's not skills. It's not stats or attributes. So.
Okay.
4, 5. God, you guys got so much glory this year.
Your boy is at 7,098.
Very nice.
And I'm putting it into honor. I'm putting that button right into honor. 20 honor.
Good on you.
I can't be stopped.
Alright. I also go up and I get an extra point.
I
What's the?
do not go up.
Fair enough. Bob, what's the size maximum when it comes to upping it up with glory bonus?
It's based off what you started with.
Mine is 11, and I'm currently at a 12.
You can go to 13. You can go by 2. Yep.
I will
Thank you to
probably
all
go to 13 then.
15 people
Aren't
sticking with
spoken
us for this bit. We very much appreciate you guys hanging around while we do our taxes.
You'd
Yeah, thank you so
you'd be
much.
surprised. Like one of the favorite things of Eric's game is this kind of stuff because it's kind of like it's not the role play, but it is the choose your own adventure side of it. So yeah.
Yeah.
9, 4. I'm up to 10,000.
And a thread, I think, was the AFK Knights rules. There we
And
go.
I'm getting +1 in size.
What were your experience improvements? I kind of zoned out while I was fixing the Discord there.
Honor and then honor.
Okay.
Mine was to get horsemanship and siege to 15 each.
Okay.
So Florence got +5 to siege, making it a 12, and he used his glory bonus to get a +1 to size. He is now at his size maximum he can ever get, which is a 13.
Okay.
My total glory is now 9,522.
And my current one is 10,160.
My biological clock is ticking. I need to be victorious in a war.
I need to die in battle quickly.
Well, I've got some news for you there. So we will go to. That's done, right? Done for that part. We got one
Yeah,
scene
all that's left is horses, and we'll
Yeah.
do that off screen.
off screen.
And money, but that's a different
Oh,
thing.
yes, and
Do it off
economics.
screen.
Yeah, you can do those calculations off screen. Just make sure they're logged with the crew, so we know.
Yeah.
We are going to move into the next scene for this. I'll just choose the feast because it has a lot of the NPCs there, and then I'll go back to camera scenes. Let me just make sure I've got the details all ready to go. Oh, I gotta test something. I have to test something. Yeah.
Bob was testing his indulgence. Is he gonna get a drink?
Jesus Christ, Dallin's got an 18 diplomacy. Good job, Dallin.
Yeah.
Damn. That's
You
hard.
did.
There's a reason that Gortrix was so out of his element when it was he and Edward going to find a wife for Count Roderick.
Oh, yeah. It really put Mr. Too Big, Too Dumb and Mr. Gloomy on a very important diplomatic mission.
Now, I don't know much about anything, but the ghost of my parents are yelling at me when I look at this lady, so I think she's rude to the staff.
We also nearly created an international, inter-county situation.
It was fine. We saved lives.
Indeed.
Diplomatic incident.
Okay, all is well. Just wanted to do that before we went to the scene because it would be weird if it didn't. So you guys are. Let me change the music. We will not do that. We will do back to Anarchy sounds.
I think the backdrop of all of this is we are currently experiencing the worst weather that England can muster.
Yeah. So you had a terrible winter, but it ended early. It's mid-February, and you guys receive notification from Ellen that the small council's meeting. Now, typically, the small council meets at Easter feast. You guys are meeting almost 2 months early.
Something big is happening.
Isn't it?
help me out. This is the royal family, or not royal family, the Earl and his family. So this is Robert, Jenna.
Why is there a strange
and Ellen.
page named Wart here?
Why is there a strange wart named Paige here?
Erwin? Who else did you guys name to the council, or did we not resolve that yet?
We did not resolve it yet.
Yes.
We had a couple
we
nominations.
Yeah, we had a couple nominations. The biggest one was Queen Igraine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did
I'd
you
say
guys
it's probably a next session thing? If like that would probably be the focus of next session, honestly.
Oh, you know, and that'd
But
be interesting as a. We don't have time for it because this isn't the normal thing. Like Easter prep didn't get to Easter.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you arrive at the small council meeting. The trio is already here. Erwin's here, and the three of you arrive.
You would note a spring in Edric's step that doesn't quite show on his face, but his happiness over what has come this winter is apparent. He's got a daughter, Moustroid. Did you hear?
Love it.
The mouse droid?
Yeah.
It's a Robot Chicken Star Wars reference.
Oh yes, that's right.
Mm.
It was son. That's right. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Actually, is it Robot Chicken Star Wars, or is it how it should have ended?
I think it's how it should have ended.
It's how it should have
That's
ended.
right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Florence arrives dressed in his rampant glory. And yeah, he's gonna be like,
Virgil is not at all annoyed or sad because his son Rufus did not die this year.
Alrighty.
He's feeling pretty
Very
good about
good.
that.
But Edric will bow to his liege lord, Robert, and to the Lady Ellen.
Florence bows to his lord and gives a cunning smirk towards Elaine, but he doesn't say anything.
We've received news from Silchester, Lady Ellen says.
I see. Pray tell, what was the content of said news?
There will be a muster in Silchester.
Against whom?
It seems that the Saxons have marched early due to the weather. They surround London.
Which Saxons?
We're not clear yet. Essex and perhaps another. We think that they're allied with Kent.
Does Silchester mean to march with their Sussex allies, or do they seek other targets? To march on Londinium is troublesome for any true-hearted Briton.
Ellen looks to Robert to speak to this point. And Robert says, kind of like, I'm educated kind of way. He goes, though London is a royal demesne, it is surrounded by the lands of Thamesmouth, which is part of the March. And an invasion on London is an invasion on Duke Ulfius's lands.
I see. A grin creeps across Edric's face, a lizard-like smile.
Well, that is quite interesting. I really don't have too much worry for it. Londinium has not fallen since its historical founding. The city is nigh impregnable.
Ellen nods. Robert kind of. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna take a look at something real quick. What is Robert's recklessness?
I was like, "Shut up, Florence."
No. Robert's like Robert agrees with you, but Ellen says, even so, the Saxons have done many things in our lifetime that were first times. I ask you all here, no, Robert asks you all here to aid Salisbury in our decision on who and what we send, if any. Understanding, of course, and she looks at Lady Jenna, and Jenna nods and says, I was going to announce at Easter that Ufo and I are to be wed.
Edrich blinks, surprised, but he does not. He does not make an outburst because obviously she's sure.
Congratulations are in order.
Indeed so.
She nods.
With that being said, then. Forgive me. I did not mean to step without such care.
Sorry, something with sharp little needle teeth bit my foot.
Have the rats followed you?
They have. There's certainly a rat in my house. Get out of here, little guy.
Oh, I see him. But Edrich will say, but this means that it is not just bonds of culture that bind us to Silchester, but other matters of allegiance. My preference is that we understand who precisely is threatening Silchester and Londinium, and aiding as best we can. These Saxons on our shores, these foreign invaders, it has always set a bad taste in my mouth, and any opportunity we can strike against them as a unified force is one that we should take.
So far, we have already allied ourselves with Silchester. Thus, it would make sense to continue so. Perhaps a small force of knights to aid Silchester in their battle. Though, it is probably best we do not leave ourselves completely undefended. This is quite a far way to march.
Indeed.
I'd like to volunteer myself. If I'm able.
You are one of our finest and most able knights. If there is to be battle, that is well suited. And indeed, with the Saxons now being a direct threat, our neighbors once again, Wessex and Cornwall, remain the most pressing of issues. I doubt we will find attack through Gentian, but Silchester, if we choose to aid, will be friendly territory. We will be able to cross without as much issue as we have faced in recent years.
Indeed.
I request one thing as a matter of import, and it is something that I can look into myself. It is what forces will be arrayed against us, and which of the Saxon kingdoms they belong to. If Wessex is not among them, then we must reinforce our eastern borders, so that if they are tempted to strike, we will have a garrison. If they are our enemies already, then it makes things easier.
Ellen will say, we've heard nothing from our diplomats in Wessex that would suggest that they move to march against London. In fact, it's quite far for them to travel.
Then Essex, Kent, and any other allies they might be able to gather.
Erwin kind of looks to Edrich and says, what is your intention then, Edrich? What level of forces go along with Sir Virgil in this volunteer force? How much are we committing to this?
Even in the days of King Uther, when Logres was as united as we could be, there were very few opportunities to drive this blight from our shores and to bloody them. I maintain that we send a significant force, leaving enough to guard against our western borders, that Cornwall will not be tempted, and enough at the east, so that raiders might not be tempted. But from the south and the north, we draw our garrisons to a skeleton crew, and march to Silchester's aid. Ulfius will not stand alone, and he will have soldiers of a higher quality than his Sussex allies.
Ellen will say, then do you intend to march yourself, Sir Edrich?
I do. Should, of course, this be the official position of the earldom, Earl Robert.
Robert will smile and say, it's been quite some time since Father's passing, and I've been meaning to pay back the Saxons. Sir Edrich, if you should wish a full commitment of our forces, you have my blessing.
Your will be done, my lord. I would
So
request
long as-
communication. Oh, sorry. And that he doesn't interrupt his lord.
Yeah. So long as Sir Virgil is at the vanguard.
Virgil smiles and he goes, "You know me well, my lord. Thank you."
Nowhere
As
else
the
you
Earl
would rather
commands.
be.
As the Earl commands, so it shall be.
I wonder if do you think Edric and Florence are like, I didn't realize they were that close. What's going on there? When did that happen?
Like he definitely he wasn't privy to like the events of the last year, but he fully knows that you and him were very much like a very close to the Earl's family, and are encouraging him to grow up. Now,
Also, Florence just
But
thinks
it
this is
was fresh.
strategic.
yeah,
Either you
like-
kill the enemy and do great, or you die. Either way, fine for Florence.
Is Florence sticking around?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sir,
He goes where his Earl commands, basically. Or if the Earl's like, go join the battle.
I don't think they're going to force Florence, so just to specify, if Florence isn't going to volunteer for this, I think they'll assign Rhodri.
I think in that case, Florence will go along with it, because he's basically been told that he needs to be as useful to Salisbury as possible, so he'll join.
Perfect. That means, Bob, I'm going to be DMing you about some secret things.
Okay.
But in the meantime, Edric is going to say, with that in mind, I will muster as many as I am able. But I would request this, that communication with Duke Ulfius, or at the very least, UFO, be given, so that we can have a coordinated stratagem. We don't want to appear where we are unwelcome, and we do not want to appear where we are not needed.
Indeed.
Change in what I said before with Florence, because I just remembered something. Florence instead decides to stick around. So it would be Rhodri marching.
In that case, I'll DM you about other things.
Okay. So Rhodri will be marching. We're going to zero in on that just to note, because I don't want to do quite too many vignettes. So we'll give a little bit of Florence time, but it will be... I'm going to try to do the whole Ars Magica troop system where I can. And if we can't get your primaries there, we'll get a secondary for you.
Yeah.
We'll still do
There's
vignettes, just
only-
not every episode kind of thing.
Yeah, no problem. There's only one thing Florence needs to complete during this. And
Okay.
maybe a second, but I'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah. Make sure you've got Rhodri statted up for next session, so upgraded
Yes.
to the current year, so you don't just suck as a newbie knight. And
He's
then,
pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking. All right. Anything else anyone wants to add to this? If not, we're going to go ahead and do our outros.
I'm
I
good.
think that's pretty good, yeah.
The last thing Ellen says, with this comes an invitation for Easter and a wedding feast in Silchester, following of course a victory.
And God will it shall be one.
Okay. Let's do some outros, gang. We'll start with you, Thomas.
Hello, this is me, Thomas. My name, sorry. I have been playing Sir Edrich of Winterbourne Stoke, who is absolutely Winterbourne stoked to go to war with an effective and strong ally. Glad we didn't have to wait for foreign kings.
Go to war alongside an ally. We don't want to go to war with the ally.
Alongside the ally, that's right. Goodness, I thought I'd fight with the enemy. But yes, I don't have any other projects, though I am in some other projects that might be mentioned later on. Otherwise, I'm invisible, do not perceive me, and once again, chat, thank you for allowing me to use the reroll to save my wife and child.
Awesome. Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just checking out our handy-dandy Discord. By the way, did you know we have a Discord? Come check us out. Lots of fun things on there, such as shitposting and memes, as well as updates on whenever we go live, as well as new projects that we are continuously doing and being a part of. As well, we have Open Pendragon now. Isn't that great? We also have Vampire, Age of Salisbury, which I'm sure Bob will go over at some point, or rather, join the link in the description or on the channel, Twitch, probably in the chat right now. Come join us, have fun. I have been Mark, aka the Cat's Meow, playing Sir Florence of Idmiston, and I also am in the middle of organizing a vampire thing that will be running very, very soon. I know I've been saying it for a while, but it is coming out, I promise. Dark Ages game, set on the Isle of Man, look forward to that. Thomas is in it. Till next time.
No.
Awesome. Liam.
Everybody, I'm Liam. I played Sir Virgil of Durnford. He's had a pretty good year overall. A messy year, but a good year. He is having a fun time and looking forward to doing combat. It's going to be good. I also have something on Friday the 13th, the first episode of my podcast On With the Motley is coming out. Our first episode's going to be on Doctor Doom. We're going to be available on the Apple Podcasts app and then also on YouTube. Come check us out. It's a show where I take a couple of my friends and one of us explains something that we're passionate about, be it a character or a franchise, to someone who has no knowledge of it whatsoever. So it'll be a nice time. It's a good way to share some of your hobbies and passions with friends, and also share that with others too. So,
Indeed. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to set up the raid ahead of time. My name is Bob. I run this game. It's currently Pendragon version 5.2. We will be moving very swiftly towards the clashes of Anarchy and into Boy King, where the name Arthur can be attached to Pendragon at some point. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Yeah. As far as projects go, it was mentioned Open Pendragon will be starting that back up. We're going to be doing a kind of more like pocket campaigns. What is Open Pendragon? It's an open table for Pendragon. What it's not is a great Pendragon campaign that all these guys are playing in. It is attached or adjacent to it. It runs in the same universe as these games, but it will be mini pocket campaigns where you can bring your character from them year to year, but I'm not going to be managing your households and all the effort I put into these bigger games. It'll be more of an open table. I say that because I had a lot of trouble with people understanding that last time. So I love it. Love the interest in Pendragon. I want to keep promoting this game. Other than that, I will be starting a small mini campaign set around the intrigue that was mentioned about Ridichin. So there will be a small game there happening very soon with some newbies. I will be streaming it. It won't be like a super long one, though. I'm thinking 6 to 8 episodes max. And
Join us for Ridda Chitta Chitta Bang Bang.
Yeah, indeed. That is everything I think I have to mention. We're going to go ahead and pick a channel and rate it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Oh, hold on. Longer raid. I forget this every time. You got to hit raid and wait 10 seconds. For real, we're going. Bye-bye.
We're gonna keep waving police squad style.